Hey, what's going on, Who That Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. And thank you for checking out the State of the Saints podcast on a very dreadful, dreary, pretty much depressing Monday morning. I appreciate you all checking out the State of the Saints podcast. And I also appreciate you all bearing with me. I know I didn't go live on last night right after the game, but I'm here now. And here to talk about the Saints' heartbreaking loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the divisional round of the playoffs. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers knock off the New Orleans Saints by a score of 30-20. And I'm pretty sure everybody out there has had time to decompress, sleep on it. And I think we come here with a little bit of a clearer mind and, be able to talk about this and evaluate this. Who that nation, last night, I had an opportunity to check out some footage, check out some of the commentary, what led to some of the issues that dealt with the New Orleans Saints. All the prognosticators chimed in. But I have to tell you, Who That Nation, I know you probably expect for me to come here and be all upset and be yelling and screaming and talk about how we screwed up yet again. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it because the way I look at it, I'm not that upset. I'm not that upset. The reason I'm not that upset is because who knocked the Saints out the playoffs? I'm not talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm talking about Tom Brady. Tom Brady is arguably the best quarterback of all time, the greatest quarterback of all time in some circles. And if you're going to go out, when you want to go out losing to the best, seriously, it reminds me, and everybody knows I'm a wrestling fan. It reminds me of WrestleMania 24 when the Nature Boy Ric Flair was in his final match and he went up against Shawn Michaels. And for those that don't know anything about wrestling, Shawn Michaels is arguably the greatest in-ring performer of all time. He's like he is like the Wayne Gretzky or the Michael Jordan of wrestling. And here you had probably close to 60-year-old Ric Flair going up against the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. And I think we, for those that are wrestling fans, they can remember that super kick where Shawn Michaels kicked Ric Flair and said, "I'm sorry, I love you." And he ended up pinning him for the count of 3. And that's the way I looked at it with this game. It was like you had two warriors, two great quarterbacks going at it. And one quarterback that was great got knocked out by another quarterback that was great. And I know that you wanted the Saints to go all the way, but doesn't that put your mind at ease? Like to know that he didn't lose to Mitchell Trubisky or Case Keenum or Jared Goff or Jimmy Garoppolo or something like that. I probably would be more upset if that was the case. But the New Orleans Saints, they did lose this football game, and I'm not trying to poo-poo on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Saints beat themselves in this game. When you give 4 turnovers to the opposing team, I don't care how good you are as a football team, you're not going to win. You're not going to win. 4 turnovers in this game. Those turnovers were close to the red zone for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They were a little bit outside the red zone. The defense was playing behind the 8 ball. And, you put them in a situation that was pretty much insurmountable. And there's only so many times you're going to get that stop going up against a legendary quarterback like Tom Brady. But, I feel like if you take away some of those interceptions, if you take away some of those turnovers, I just feel like the Saints had a good game plan. I'm not here to blame the defense because I don't feel like it's the defense's fault. You look at the stat line and it'll tell you that you shouldn't be mad at the defense. All of the core players of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were a non-factor. Mike Evans had that touchdown, but that was the only catch he had. Chris Godwin was pretty much in check. Antonio Brown was pretty much in check. Rob Gronkowski was pretty much in check. And most of the damage that they did, like I said, because of turnovers. If you eliminate these turnovers, it's a completely different game. If you cash in at least one of those touchdowns when you had the 3 and outs early in the game, then you probably wouldn't have to worry about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers being able to be a balanced team. And I just feel like because the New Orleans Saints kicked 2 field goals, it allowed the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to stay in the game, and it allowed them to play their game. And they lost, man. And when you combine the fact that the Saints wide receivers couldn't get off press coverage, they couldn't get off the man-to-man coverage, and the fact that Drew Brees can't get the ball down the field. Let's just call a spade, folks. Drew Brees could not get the ball down the field. There's a reason why Taysom Hill comes into the game for a deep shot. There's a reason why Jameis Winston comes into the game for a deep shot. Drew Brees can get the ball down the field. And, I know a couple of those interceptions Drew Brees wished that he could have back, but it is what it is at this point, Who Dat Nation. And I hate to say it, but are we surprised at this point? Really? Are we surprised at this point that the New Orleans Saints squandered yet another opportunity in the postseason? As much as we want to hope and wish and pray and hope that this team actually gets over the hump, I mean, they've showed us over the past couple of years that they will go down in history as some of the biggest underachieving football teams in NFL history. I mean, 49 wins this team has had over a 4-year span, and they have yet to make the Super Bowl. I mean, that's the first time that's been done in NFL history. And it's not a good look. It sucks, but you got to just be real with yourself, Who Dat Nation. I wish I can sit up here and just tell you something different, but this is a underachieving football team. You had the best draft class that ever been assembled in any NFL draft. Okay, you had every single player that was a part of your 2017 draft for the most part contribute on this team some way, shape, or form, and you couldn't get the job done. And now those guys are going to go into free agency. They're going to possibly get re-signed by the New Orleans Saints, some of them. And now you have to pick up the pieces. And I will go on record and say that I feel like the window for the New Orleans Saints is closed. Okay, the chapter of Drew Brees is closed. Drew Brees is not coming back, Who Dat Nation. I don't care what he said at the press conference. I'm pretty sure Drew Brees, the class act that he is, he didn't want that to be the focal point. He didn't want to talk about his retirement, anything like that, in that type of forum. So he just kind of brushed it off. But Drew Brees is going to retire. And we're going to be looking for another quarterback to be his successor. Now, rather that's Taysom Hill or Jameis Winston, who I feel, we're going to be looking for Drew Brees' successor. So it is what it is. Once again, I wish that I can come up here and be all upset and stuff like that, but I'm not. I'm not upset. If I lose in the playoffs, I would rather lose to the greatest quarterback of all time. You know what I'm saying? Arguably the greatest quarterback of all time. Depends on who you talk to, and Tom Brady. But I want to thank you all for being a part of the State of the Saints podcast. Really do appreciate it. Appreciate your time, man. Appreciate everybody chiming in, stopping by. Want to give a special shout out to Shawn Michaels for the $5. Says, thanks for watching my match. That day, TJ, I kind of consider you to be the Kobe Bryant of the SOTS podcast. Well, thank you very much, Shawn Michaels. I appreciate that, man. And look, maybe it's because of everything that has transpired this year. Man, I mean, I just can't be upset. I just can't be upset. I wish I could, but I can't. You know what I'm saying? I'm upset that they lost, of course, and it hurt when it happened, but I can deal with it. I can live with the fact that they lost to Tom Brady. I can live with it. We love Drew so much, but it's time to move on. I agree with that. Look, Drew Brees is giving his all to this organization. Like, seriously. I mean, he has given his all to this organization. Blood, sweat, and tears, Drew Brees has given to this organization. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it that people are upset. I was upset. And I still feel like, a large portion of this loss is because of Drew Brees. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to poo-poo on what Drew Brees has done for this organization. Drew Brees made us proud to say Who Dat. Drew Brees made us proud to wear our Saints clothes, okay? It was an embarrassment at one time to be found with a Saints shirt, hat, any type of memorabilia, any kind that had a Florida Lee on there. This dude legitimized the Saints organization. And this dude, like, is, I mean, honestly, man, he is the New Orleans Saints. So, yes, we are disappointed, but I mean, come on, man. Like, let's not pretend like this guy hasn't put this team on his back for years. And we wouldn't have had some of the success that we had if it wasn't for him. It just comes a time that your body it just betrays you, man. I mean, come on, man. Like, I'm pretty sure Drew Brees didn't want to throw those interceptions. I'm pretty sure Drew Brees wants to throw the ball downfield, but he can't. And for anybody that's, saying that, man, say he should have retired years ago, well, I mean, look, the man deserved to go out on his own terms, okay? He deserves that. And I'm glad that the New Orleans Saints gave him that opportunity. And I really feel like he's done. And now that he's done, we move forward. I'm going to go ahead and open up the phone lines, man. I'm going to go ahead and open up the phone lines in a few minutes. I'm going to read a few of your comments. Josh says, I'm not. Josh says, all that talking y'all do, Lattimore, Johnson, Jordan, I don't hear y'all speak up. Man, look, Josh, you can go ahead and talk all you want to. Y'all won the game or whatever like that. But this is my first time really seeing you inside the State of the Saints podcast. So all you doing right now is grandstanding, my dude. So y'all won the game. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So what? You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate to say it like that, but so what? What do you expect for us to say? Yo, we lost the game. Are we supposed to say, oh, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand what you want us to say. We lost the football game. Is that what you want? You want us to admit that we lost a football game? I mean, you can look at the stat line. You can go to ESPN. You can go to Fox Sports. It'll tell you that we lost the football game. So are you sitting here because you want to feel good about yourself? Do you want to put salt in the wound? Fine. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. We lost the football game, but we still swept y'all ass in the regular season. We still are the 4-time division champions. And until y'all actually win the division, we still division champions. And until y'all actually beat Green Bay, until y'all actually beat the AFC opponent, still, it's for absolutely nothing. So unless y'all about to go all the way, win it all, then come back, But until then, y'all have y'all day. Y'all have y'all day. And honestly, let's not act like y'all actually did something like so major and you know what I'm saying, awe-inspiring or something like that. I got the stat line right here. It's not like Tom Brady set the world on fire. He was 18-33. He didn't even have 200 yards. And if it wasn't for those turnovers, we'll be having a completely different story. Mike Evans got locked up. Antonio Brown got locked up. Rob Gronkowski got locked up. It was more so about y'all defense, you know what I'm saying, getting those turnovers. So, come on, dude. Like, if you're going to brag and boast and stuff like that, at least, like, at least go look at the stat line, man. It was mostly about those turnovers. So, it's not like Tampa beat the Saints. The Saints pretty much beat themselves. Who that we blew, we that. Y'all always blow that. Okay. Let's see. Saints shot themselves in the foot. Yeah, pretty much. All right, Josh is really up in here trying to troll. So let's give him his opportunity. I'm going to let him stay on the screen right here so he can go ahead and troll. 4 straight playoff losses. Bruh, y'all just made it to the playoffs. The last time the Tampa Bay Buccaneers made the playoffs, I still was in college. So let's come on, man. Like, seriously. Dude. RJ Mason says every year it hurts. We can't even get over the hump, man. Yeah, we definitely can't. You know what I'm saying? It's an issue, but it is what it is at this point. I can't believe we went out like that. Well, I said, man, it happens. It happens. When you can't throw the ball vertically, when you can't push the ball down the field, when defenses are pretty much sitting on everything, man, it's hard. I don't feel like the window closed for us, though. I do. At this particular point, I do. It's going to look completely different. Josh, thank you very much for 199 says, send y'all home, Mike, 0 catches. Yeah, let's see if you can do that when this man is 100% healthy and then talk to him. Do it when he's 100% healthy, because the last time when this dude was out, you know what I'm saying, like he was, let's see if he can do that when he's 100% healthy. You know, but that's like I said, let's not act like y'all wide receivers set the world on fire. They did not. Like, I got the stat line right here. Like, this dude acting like they just beat the Saints to sleep or something like that. Like, man, y'all couldn't even pay, like, most of the time when y'all punted the football, y'all couldn't even push the football until probably the last few minutes of the game. So if the Saints didn't have those turnovers, if they ain't turn over that football, then this would be a completely different story. If they lose to Green Bay, they go home with nothing, pretty much. And like I said, I still stand by what I said. Like, the Saints turned the ball over. The Saints turned the ball over in this football game. The Green Bay Packers don't turn the football over. You don't really get interceptions out of Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers don't really throw picks. So I'm really interested to see how they're going to perform when you got a guy that's going to go out there that's going to put on a picture-perfect type performance. You know, I would love to see that. I would love to see that. Straight up, big homie, you all the way right. Y'all coming back to coach with us. At the end of the day, Tampa Bay still ain't ish. Man, ain't nobody worried about no Tampa Bay, man. Like, seriously. Tampa Bay is they I mean, like I said, they won the football game. You can't take that away from them. But I just feel like, okay, you won a football game. It's not like I said, it's not like they just destroyed the New Orleans Saints. You know what I'm saying? It'll be one thing if they actually beat them into submission or something. Like, they pulled away late in the game, and most of their points came off. I mean, come on, most of their points, they were close to the red zone or in the red zone when a turnover took place. I mean, I think I think the average field position was 41 yards or something like that this game. So they scored 21 points off turnovers. So, like I said, if you eliminate those turnovers, if those turnovers didn't exist, Tampa would have lost this football game. If the Saints would have punted, you know what I'm saying, or get some 3-and-outs, they would have lost this football game. And let's not pretend Tom Brady was out there playing flawless. There was 3 opportunities that the Saints should have had interceptions. Marcus Williams actually had one. He only had 1 foot in bounds. You know what I'm saying? Marshawn Lattimore jumped a route in front of Skylar Miller. That could have been a pick six. And C.J. Gardner-Johnson, you know what I'm saying? He could have had an interception. So one team made plays with interceptions and one team didn't. You know, so both quarterbacks gave the defense's opportunity to make plays. Tampa just made more plays and, you know what I'm saying, was able to catch the ball, you know what I'm saying, more than than the Saints can. Eat that humble pie. I respect you, though, TJ Jones. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for the $2.99. Like I said, man, I don't know. It ain't really much to eat to me. Y'all won the football game, but it was more so what the Saints didn't do more so than what y'all did to the Saints. I'm just being serious. It was more so what the Saints did not do more so than what Tampa did. And I stand by that. I stand by that wholeheartedly. But we're going to go ahead and open up the phone lines, man, and see what everybody got to say. And, because I ain't really got much else to say. I really don't have much else to say. Like I said, it's all about, and I stand by that. You go look at this game. Let me just read this stat. I'm going to just read this stat line to y'all. Okay, let's go ahead and look at this. You tell me if this setting the world on fire. Tom Brady, 18 of 33, 199 yards. Leonard Fournette, 17 carries, 63 yards. Let's look at some of these receivers. Cameron Brate, 4 catches, 50 yards. Leonard Fournette, 5 catches, 44 yards. Chris Godwin, 4 catches, 34 yards. Scotty Miller, 1 catch, 29 yards. Rob Gronkowski, 1 catch, 14 yards. Antonio Brown, 1 catch. Are you kidding me, man? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's a joke. like I said, if it weren't for those turnovers, y'all would have lost this football game. The Saints basically gift wrapped this game for y'all, put a bow on it, and gave it to you. And I guess, and man, okay.
What's going on with you, TJ? How you doing this morning?
All right, man.
I followed Drew Brees since I was just a little boy, since I was 4 years old when he was playing in San Diego. When he came to the Saints, I did backflips. Like, literally, I did a backflip to where I have a bum shoulder. It's still bummed to this day. It was that bad. I was so happy. Mm-hmm. When he came to the Saints, he did everything possible. Everything and more so. He may have had a bad game last night. I'm not disputing that. We all saw it with our own eyes. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, everybody else minus 3 people. Alvin Kamara, Traquan Smith, and Deontay Harris on special teams. That was the only type of offensive production we've had with a little bit of Emmanuel Sanders. That's it. What blows my mind is that for some reason you have a pass-catching tight end in Adam Troutman. Adam Troutman, who broke the Dayton College record of 14 pass-catching touchdowns. Adam Troutman did that. No matter where you're from, that's not an easy thing to do. No matter where you are, whether SEC, the Big Ten, no matter. That's huge. No matter where you go, he did not have one target, not a single target. But Jared Cook became the number 1 target for the offense. He popped up a ball that ended up being a Sean Murphy-Bunting interception, and they gave up a fumble to Antoine Winfield. And for some reason, they still went to Jared Cook. I'm trying to figure out what the process was for that. A tight end screen to Josh Hill. So you mean to tell me that you have a slow running blocking tight end in Josh Hill for a wide receiver, for a tight end screen? Where was Sean Payton's mind at when he decided to call up that play? Why? Why was Adam Troutman a ghost in this game? If you're going to use a tight end, use a guy who has fresh legs, who can get down the field, who's also physical and can protect the damn football. Sean Payton outcoached himself yet again for the 4th year in a row.
I can't even blame Sean Payton, though, Aaron. I'm going to be serious with you. Look, this man was coaching behind the A-ball. And when you have a quarterback that's as limited as Drew Brees is in the twilight of his career, it's hard, man. Like, we gotta be realistic here, okay? Sean Payton is one of the best play callers in the NFL. If you look at the way the Saints, I mean, honestly, man, you take any other coach and you put them in a situation where the Saints endured this season, the Saints don't even make the playoffs. I mean, the fact that he can put Taysom Hill in, who, look, I don't care. You got a lot of Taysom Hill supporters out there, but look, this dude ain't no future quarterback. This dude is limited at best at the quarterback position. He goes out here and wins. It's 3 games, you know what I'm saying, out of 4. And, you know what I'm saying, it had a lot to do with Sean Payton coaching. Look, Drew Brees is limited. He can't get the ball down the field. There's a reason why we seen Jameis with that trick play and not Drew. There's a reason why we see Taysom throwing the passes down the field trying to connect with Deontay Harris against Chicago. Drew Brees is limited. So that causes Sean Payton as a play caller to be limited. I'm not going to even blame Sean Payton in this one. I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sean Payton, we all know how Sean Payton works. Sean Payton utilizes a guy's strengths. We've seen this before, right, Aaron? Robert Meacham, you know what I'm saying? What was his strength? Getting vertical, right? So what did Sean Payton do? Send him mostly on street routes and deep posts. Josh Moore, you know what I'm saying? Joseph Morgan, you know what I'm saying? He was a deep threat. Devery Henderson, all these different dudes, you know what I'm saying? He utilized their strengths. So he did the same thing with Drew Brees. Drew Brees was limited. So he used it, you know what I'm saying? He used what he actually had. And I think we can't get mad at him for that. It'll be one thing if Drew Brees can throw the ball down the field. if he can get vertical and he wasn't calling these plays, then we can be like, man, Sean Payton, man, what's wrong with him? But I cannot do that. I can't do that today, man. Like, especially from what I've seen. This to me, this all comes down to the fact that Drew Brees was limited. And when it mattered most, you know what I'm saying? They basically dared the Saints to get behind him and throw the ball down the field on him. Like, they dared them to do that, man. I can't blame Sean Payton for this. I can't. Now, yes. Adam Troutman's thing, but you got to look at it, Aaron. You got to look at it. You know what I'm saying? What do Josh Hill, Jared Cook have in common? They know Drew Brees. You know what I'm saying? Drew Brees isn't like the type of guy who is going to throw the guy the ball if he's not running the right routes. Like, I feel like if Adam Troutman was playing with somebody like the Pittsburgh Steelers or something like that, with Ben Roethlisberger, when plays break down, you can throw, you know what I'm saying? You can run outside the pocket and it becomes park ball. I feel like he can thrive in a system like that. But when you have a quarterback that's really focused, you know what I'm saying, on timing and you know what I'm saying, and running routes and all that kind of stuff, I just feel like those guys probably have the advantage. Those are the guys that Sean Payton trusts. Those are the guys that Drew Brees trusts. And I just feel like year 2 of Adam Troutman, probably with Jameis Winston, you're probably going to see him thrive better because Jameis Winston, when a play break down, he know how to improvise.
You know, when you put it all like that, I can't argue too much with that. I can't argue too much with that, and that's why I love talking football with you. I may have one opinion, but you bring some good points that swing me in the opposite direction. Shout out to you, TJ. I mean, look, at the end of the day, look, win or lose, I'm still going to be forever grateful to Drew Brees. Yeah. But at this point, he has nothing left to prove to nobody. He has nothing to prove to nobody. He's proven it. He's proven more than enough to himself. Now it's time for him to just enjoy CBS. There's nothing wrong with enjoying CBS. He has a chair waiting for him. He's still going to make a decent amount of money. He has his wife. He has his kids to think of. This league is only going to get harder in the next offseason, not just because of the cap issue, but because the defenses are going to get harder. They're going to get faster. They're going to play with a lot more physicality. And he came off 11 cracked ribs. A lot of people would have been like, that's nearly career ending for the average quarterback. That's probably even worse. You probably would have been 6 feet under on some occasions with a punctured lung on top of that. Right. Yeah. Drew, like, I'm so scared for Drew if he decides to put his pride before the health of him and his family. Right. So Drew, just really think about it. If you're really going to think about it, just think about it, man. There's nothing left for you to accomplish. You've accomplished everything. Right. Nobody. I'm going to make that a point of emphasis when I'm doing my final podcast here in about an hour and a half. I hope I see you over there, man. I love to have you over there at my guest also.
Okay, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll check it out. I'll let you know. I'll hit you up on social media, man. You know, what time you think it's gonna go on?
It's gonna be on. It's gonna start at 11 Central Time.
Okay.
It's gonna be at 11 sharp.
Okay, man. Yeah, I'll check it out, man. And I hit you up on social media, man. But good luck to you. Stay the Black and Gold podcast on YouTube, man. Y'all check it out. Love to hear what Aaron had to say, man. Get more in depth about this game, man. Appreciate it.
All right, TJ, take it easy, man.
All right, you too. All right, man. Shouts out to Aaron, man. Stay the Black and Gold podcast. Man, I'm gonna check that out. You know what I'm doing. Let's see. Let me read a few more of these comments, then we get back to the phones. Ashley says he's not the answer either. I don't know what you're talking about. I guess you're talking about Jameis, I assume. What's the boogeyman? As a matter of fact, that was. We were fighting for second place, like Cam Jordan said. We need a linebacker that y'all was in second place. You know, we need a linebacker that can play sideline to sidelines, get rid of Cook, get a new tight end, and use Troutman and keep Jameis. I think we'll be okay. I think so too, man. I think we definitely need a linebacker, and I think we need another corner too. That's just my humble opinion on that. And as far as Josh talking about the Saints celebrating in the locker room, the Saints do that against every team in every victory. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all nothing special. You know, like the Saints every time they win, they can beat the Detroit Lions and they're gonna celebrate in the locker room. I don't know why y'all football teams think y'all so special, man. Like I seen the Carolina Panthers fans like let me tell you how clueless and misguided these guys are. Okay, so the Carolina Panthers fan, I think his name Big K, he gets on there and have this 10-minute rant. Like anybody cares about the Carolina Panthers at this point. He goes in and talk about the Saints celebrating in the locker room, talking about Bank of America. Now, keep in mind, the stadium for the Carolina Panthers is called Bank of America Stadium. This fool believed that there was actually a song dissing the Carolina Panthers. Like somebody really believed that y'all word for diss track. You know what I'm saying? The song Bank of America was Teron Armstead, the left tackle of the Saints rap song that he put out. And you know what I'm saying? They play that after every game and inside of the Superdome. So nobody, you know what I'm saying, looks at y'all like, you know what I'm saying, like y'all so special. Like we had to pull out the boom box and the smoke because we beat the Buccaneers. Like y'all not that special, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like good luck to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Good luck to y'all. Y'all sold y'all soul for riches for a couple years. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all going out here, y'all hired a couple mercenaries to try to get y'all over the hump. Enjoy this legitimacy and relevancy while y'all can, because at the end of the day, we all know that the ownership of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers can't do a damn thing in the draft. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all eventually, y'all eventually gonna go back to the back of the line because Bruce Arians is suspect as hell. And the same thing gonna happen to y'all. What normally happens to other great teams, like what's happening to ours. When teams start to get good, when they start generating success, they're gonna start picking from y'all team. And we all know that you all gonna fall right to the back of the line where y'all belong, like the losing, underachieving, pathetic excuses that y'all are. Y'all still one of the worst franchises in all the sports. Y'all still dead last in wins. The Saints have still swept y'all on 8 occasions, including this season. And y'all can celebrate about this divisional round of, you know what I'm saying, championship or whatever like that. Enjoy these couple years with Tom Brady, because we all know that the quarterback that comes after Tom Brady won't be able to lead y'all to water, you know what I'm saying, in the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Won't be able to throw, you know what I'm saying, won't be able to throw a party on a birthday. Straight up. So enjoy this relevancy that y'all actually have, because at the end of the day, the Saints don't have to go out here and hire mercenaries. They still legitimate and still whoop y'all ass 4 straight years for the division title with Tom Brady. So it is what it is. And as far as somebody talking about being salted, there's no reason to be salted, because we all know it's inevitable. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all think that y'all gonna beat the Green Bay Packers, you out of your damn mind. You know what I'm saying? You're crazy, straight up. And make sure that you keep that same energy and come on back next week when y'all sitting on the couch right along with us. And then y'all can talk about, well, we beat y'all in the playoffs. We beat y'all in the playoffs. It's inevitable, man. It's inevitable. But keep that same energy. Ramsey, what's going on, man?
What's up, TJ? It's been a while.
Hey, how you doing, Ramsey? I'm glad to see you.
Good. Just sipping some coffee, relaxing, wearing my Drew Brees jersey.
Oh, man. Yeah, man. Drew Brees, number 9, man. I mean, one of a kind. What you thought about the game?
Another day, another dollar.
Yeah, man. I mean, another postseason loss, man. It's getting pretty old right now, man. But what do you think about the game? What you thought about the game, man?
It was fun. I was happy for Jason Winston to throw that 59-yard or 56-yard touchdown.
Right.
I was happy for that.
Yeah, me too, man. You know, it's good to see Jameis Winston come into the game, you know, post salt in the wound of them mediocre, pathetic excuse for a football team who actually have to pay other quarterbacks in order for them to come in and be relevant, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah.
And we showed, and the thing about it is we showed them what actual coaching can do when you actually have a quarterback, you know what I'm saying, like them. You know, what they should have been doing with Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston, the only thing I wish is that Jameis Winston would have played in this game a little bit more to throw salt into the wound of this Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But eventually, like I said, I have a lot of confidence in Jameis Winston. And I can't wait to see Jameis Winston actually destroy these guys every year. And they sit on the sidelines after Tom Brady goes sit down somewhere, and they can, you know, watch Jameis Winston destroy them year after year, you know.
Exactly. On that same point, I feel like Bruce Arians didn't use Winston's true potential at all.
Yeah.
Period. Even who would not throw 30 interceptions a season if you're going to throw the ball 500 times?
Man, look, all I know is Bruce Arians is not a really good football coach. They had a good offensive scheme this game, but even for the most part, man, if like I said, if it wasn't for those turnovers, and the fact that they was able to get those turnovers in plus territory like this, it'll be a whole different game. There's nothing that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did offensively that the Saints couldn't neutralize. I mean, it's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? It's just a fact.
Yeah.
Like, they was able to get the ball closer to 20. Tom Brady did what Tom Brady does, and punching into the end zone. So, like I said, it is what it is, man. Do you think the Saints gonna keep Jameis Winston?
Yes, I think so, because he has not been seen this entire year, only twice.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
When Drew Brees went down, suddenly we had Jason Winston.
Right.
Then we never seen him again after that.
Right.
This playoff game. So I think he was hiding him for a certain reason. I don't know what.
Yeah. I know why they was hiding him, man, because I think they had intentions on signing him, and they didn't want to put him out there on the field and try to show other teams what he can do. I think they did the same thing with Teddy Bridgewater. Like, I think they wanted to hide out Teddy, but Drew ended up getting hurt. And in those 5 games, Teddy was able to go out there. He went 5-0, and he put himself into a market where the Saints couldn't get him back. So,
yes. And on Drew Brees, if you see this podcast, just retire, dude. You did everything you needed to do.
Yeah,
you have no records to break. You have the completion record, a touchdown record. You did every record in the NFL book. Even if the media doesn't recognize that, you did everything. You got a ring. You got a wedding ring. You have kids who can join the NFL when they're older and replace you wherever they go. Yeah. You have a legacy in the NFL, period.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's nothing more he can prove, man. The only thing he's playing for is for himself right now, but I do think this is last season, and, it's unfortunate that he went out like this, but I don't think it negates the fact of what he's done for the Saints organization. And as a Saints fan, I'm proud of what Drew Brees has accomplished, and, it's not like, you got Drew Brees when, he was a legendary quarterback like some teams did. This dude actually came into the organization with a busted arm. Nobody really knew what his future was going to be. And he turned into a Hall of Famer, So got to be happy about that, man. But Ramsey, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Thank you for chiming in, man. Glad you're feeling better, man. Call back anytime.
You too, TJ. Keep kicking your podcast up, man.
Yeah, man.
See you in your other one.
All right, man. All right, take it easy. Yeah, man. I'm really excited about this, man. Drew Brees. I mean, look, don't let this last game define Drew Brees' legacy. Drew Brees has done so much for the city of New Orleans. We have had so many great moments when number 9, under center, and I say he just got to a point where he just couldn't get us over the hump anymore. And also, I just feel like the fact that Taysom Hill didn't play in this game, I think that was huge, man. The fact that Taysom Hill down at the goal line and goal line situations like that, you can count on Taysom Hill to at least, try to fight and get close to the end zone, possibly throw a pass or something like that. So I think that was something that was missing in this game. And we all know, like, around week 9, when the Saints played Tampa, I mean, Taysom Hill was a huge factor in that game. And also Deontay Harris, man. Deontay Harris leaving the game early, I think that kind of hurt the Saints as well. So I think that was some crucial losses for the Saints. Josh, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, TJ? How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm doing okay, man. How you doing?
So before I go in, I'll ask if you got my email.
Yeah, man. That's I know you wanted to say something, about Drew Brees. So I give you your time, man. The floor is yours.
Okay. Well, hey, I appreciate that, but before I get to that, man, about as far as Jameis goes, I love Jameis and everything, and I think he can be good, but Matthew Stafford is on the market right now, and we'd be stupid not to try to snatch him up.
That's a good one right there. I mean, I wouldn't mind saying Matthew Stafford. Everybody know how I feel about him, man. You know, I think that Matthew Stafford deserves an opportunity to be, to be with a winning franchise. But I do feel like the fact that Jameis has been in this system for a year, he's learned under Drew Brees, and he has a familiarity with this system. I feel like he's the front runner. I look at Matthew Stafford. I can see Matthew Stafford probably going somewhere like New England or, somewhere like that, or even Indianapolis if Phillip Rivers retires. I can see him also playing somewhere like that.
Yeah, definitely. But, I think you're right, man. I'm not as disappointed as I would be in years past because, there's so much going on in the world right now that a Saints loss just isn't as big a deal as it was in years past, There's people with illnesses, obviously, and country possibly descending into civil war and all this sort of stuff. So, a loss of football isn't just going to hurt your feelings as much as it did like in years past. I don't know. That's how I felt about it anyway. And I was more sad for Drew, but I appreciate this, man. So I just wanted to I know that Drew probably knows the show exists because you've interviewed like other Saints players and stuff. So I'm sure Drew caught glimpses. So I just wanted to look at Drew and look in the camera and basically tell you, Drew Brees, if you do see this episode, thank you for all your years of, service, all your years in the field and everything like that, because you've been one of my biggest inspirations. TJ knows my backstory. I was a homeless alcoholic for a long time. I just graduated Iowa State University. But see, when I was homeless and I was out there battling alcoholism and getting sober, you were one of my biggest inspirations. You started making the Saints a good football team when I started getting sober and started struggling to make my life better and everything. So all these years of just like trying to improve myself and stuff like that, that's when you were bringing the Saints to prominence from basically from nothingness. And, and I remember so many times if there was a Saints game on, I would try to panhandle because I was a homeless panhandler. I would try to panhandle and make enough money to get a motel room that night. You want to hear something funny, TJ? When the Saints won the Super Bowl, I was panhandling that day, and I made enough money for this really cheap motel. This hotel was called the Swanson's Motel, okay? Mm-hmm. It's in Baraboo, Wisconsin. This motel is like the size of a jail cell, okay? You walk into this room, and the bed takes up 90% of like the room, and it's like a little twin bed anyway. And then you just have these there's little bit of room to stand up on the side and walk to the bathroom. Then it's hard to get into the bathroom. So it was one of those like places, and it obviously was just a low end place. But that's where I watched the Super Bowl. I had no family, I had no friends with me, nothing like that, because I was still out there on the streets. But I had been sober for like a year by that time. And I watched the Saints game. I watched the Super Bowl all by myself in that motel room, and I couldn't have been happier, man. Like, I remember just laying there in bed with like a huge smile on my face after the Saints won for like an hour after that. Yeah, I remember going out the very next day and having to panhandle again, but actually having a physical smile on my face. People must have thought I was crazy because I had a physical smile on my face half the day. I was like holding up my cardboard sign and panhandling and everything. But Drew, I just wanted to tell you, I know there's a chance you'll see this episode, but I just wanted to tell you how much you've meant to me over the years, because I went from being like a homeless alcoholic to now a college graduate, and I'm going to have more success in my life. And watching you play week after week, all the fourth quarter comebacks, all the effort that you put in, playing through crack ribs, all this stuff that you've done over the years has always been inspiring to me, and nothing has ever relaxed me and lifted my spirits more than watching you play. Yeah. So I just wanted to give you, Drew, a proper goodbye if you see this. I wanted to tell you that you're one of the biggest inspirations I ever had in my life. And TJ, I want to thank you for even letting me talk directly to the camera and directly to Drew like that. I very much appreciate it.
Man, no problem. No problem,
man. I got nothing else to say. I mean, that's the part of me that's in tears. It's not the loss. It's that Drew is now gone, and we all know it. We're not getting those years back, man. That's kind of like the thing. Yeah. And so that's another reason I'm not as upset with the Saints loss itself, because like there's this whole story about, we all know Drew's gone, you know what I mean? And so it's just, there's never going to be anybody else again like him, And I mean, when someone retires, everybody always says that about whoever retires.
Right.
Like there'll never be another like that person or whatever. But in Drew, it's actually true. Mm. Like, where are you going to find a copy of Drew at? You know what I mean?
True. I mean, this guy, for the most part, did everything right. Like, I know people, have their opinions about, what happened in the offseason. But for the most part, Drew Brees has done everything that you can ask of him. I mean, this guy is somebody that you can tell your kids about, proud to, tell your kids about him. He's a role model. I mean, a guy, if he ran for mayor tomorrow and the city of New Orleans were winning a landslide, like, I mean, this dude makes you proud to be a New Orleans Saints fan. And there will never be another Drew Brees. Like anybody that think that we go find somebody like Drew, like, he's one of a kind, man. You're not going to get that type of production, and you're not going to get that type of human being. I mean, and he has really set the standard for what quarterback of the New Orleans Saints needs to live up to. But
and and I'm having the record he does and the stats that he has. You got to understand that he was going up against a bunch of defenses who knew exactly what he was going to do before he did it.
Yep.
I mean, when you play Drew Brees, he's just going to throw. Yep. And yet he still had those stats, and not only, but he still had accuracy. I mean, people like to say, well, Drew is a stat pattern. That would be true if his average game stats were like 30 of 50 for 400 yards or whatever.
Right.
But he's got a 70 or 75% completion percentage.
Right.
So he's got over 70% lifetime completion percentage against teams that know exactly what he's going to do. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's why he's the greatest of all time.
Right.
And when you think about it, Drew is so far ahead of Tom Brady. Drew is the quarterback now that Brady was in his prime. Check down, occasional deep throw. Yeah. And Drew's better at it than Tom was, because Drew has a better completion percentage than Tom ever did.
Right.
So, I mean, like, Drew is by far the guy. And that's not a knock on Tom, because I like Tom. Tom is a great example of a man. He's a great example of somebody who doesn't have a lot of talent, but had a great work ethic and became one of the greatest of all time. Right. So this ain't hating on Brady. But Drew is by far the greatest quarterback of all time. Maybe two or three quarterbacks even come close. Marino, Manning, possibly Aaron Rodgers. Right. Other than that, nobody's touching him. So, Drew, I mean, if you do see this episode, thank you. Right. And that's, I guess that's what I had to say for today, TJ.
Yeah, Josh, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for sharing your story with us. And I'm looking at the chat right now, man. Everybody can attest to this, man. You are an overcomer. And you talk about Drew Brees being your inspiration, brother. You my inspiration. Like,
I ain't nobody's inspiration, man.
No, I'm serious, man. Like, since I've known you, just knowing your story and knowing where you came from and where you are now, like, it just motivates. It just motivates me, man. And I know it motivates a lot of people. And I'm glad. Like, I don't know if I ever told you this, man. But I consider you a friend. And I'm glad you're my friend.
Yeah, I do the same with you, man.
And I do anything for you. Right? Anything you need, bro. I'm there for you. I do what I can. And anytime you want an open forum, man, you got it here on the State of the Saints podcast, man. You one of a kind. There's no doubt about that, man.
I didn't expect you to say all that, man, but I know you mean it. I very much appreciate it, man. You touched my soul.
I really do. I'm not like no sugarcoating. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, you are an inspirational individual, and ever since I've like known your story, I tell you, man, I have been rooting for you since you told me everything that you went through, and I'm so excited that you overcame that, man. And somebody out there right now, man, they need to hear that. You are a walking, talking testimony, my friend, and man, shouts out to you. Like, real talk.
Hey, TJ, much love to you, brother. I mean, like, thank you. And I thank you for giving me this time again to talk to Drew, and just thank you for just being you. I've thanked you for just being you before, like in private emails. But since you just dapped me up all like this, I'm going to do this publicly too. Thank you for just being you, brother. I guess that's how I can sum it up for you, bro.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, man. And you enjoy the rest of your day, man. And thank you for being you, my brother.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.
All right, you too, man. Shouts out to Josh, man. Like, you got so many, you got people that motivate you, and man, I just, I just get overwhelmed, like, doing this show for, like, where this show started from, where it is now, and the people that I've met along the way. Man, that, like, Josh is just one of a kind. Like, he is a one of a kind individual, and man, him sharing this story, I mean, it's just nothing short of remarkable. Like, real talk. We're gonna go on to Jerry. Jerry, what's going on, man? Jerry, are you there? Jerry, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm here.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Oh man, another day, man. Just blessed to be here to be alive.
Yeah, I mean,
to be honest with you, I'm gonna say it like this, TJ.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather be alive than dead.
Yeah.
So thank you. So it's a blessing to be here.
Yeah, I mean, Jerry, look, I understand, like, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans, Atlanta Falcon fans in the chat and stuff like that. They laughing at the misfortunes of the Saints. I get all that, and I know they expect for us to be all upset the way that we've been in years past, but I just can't, man. Like, there are certain things that are bigger than a game of football. You know what I'm saying? The fact that we are losing our, all-time, all-world quarterback to retirement. And maybe, you know what I'm saying, like, man, just finding out one of my good friends I went to college with end up passing away due to COVID-19. Like, it's just certain things that are just bigger than football. And maybe, you know what I'm saying, like, I had to see that type of stuff, you know what I'm saying, before, I got on air to make me kind of put things into perspective. But what do you think? You know what I'm saying, the floor is yours, man. You say what you got to say, man. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all right. No, it's all right because I had a lot on my mind to say anyway. So, but back to Sunday night, and I want to address this to you and to everybody that's in the chat, especially Saints fans. I ain't gonna worry about the Bucs fans. Well, first off, congratulations to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for beating us. Y'all deserve it. I wish y'all well in the next round, and nothing but respect. But don't come on here talking all that noise. We get it. We lost. Okay, we get the understanding. But you can't go around here and parading and stuff like y'all the big dogs or something like that. Now come on, man, be reasonable. Think about the last time y'all won a Super Bowl, and that was 2002. That's when I graduated high school. That's the last time y'all won a Super Bowl. You know how long that's been, TJ? Do you know how long that's been? That's 18 years. The last time they won a Super Bowl. Yeah. That's it. And they ain't been back since.
But you want to know something, Jerry? Like, do you know how long these Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans have been sitting on this material? Like, seriously, it's pretty sad when you think about it. Like, it is. But that's what happens when you're not used to winning. Like, anytime you get an opportunity to win a football game, have some type of advantage, you don't even know how to act. So I would say they need to act like they've been there before, but it's been a long time since they've been there. So man, every dog has his day. But like I said, if you don't finish number one, then all this stuff that you've done is completely irrelevant. So if you're not finishing, it's irrelevant. Like, come back when you're a Super Bowl champions. Then maybe I feel a little bit, I feel a little bad, but I don't see that happening, Jerry.
No, I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening neither. But I just want to come on here, TJ, to give you my feedback on Sunday. Yes, those 4 turnovers really, really cost us this game. Mm-hmm. I understand, and I want to say this right here, and I say this all the time in the other podcasts along with this one. Mm-hmm. January always been our kryptonite.
Yeah.
January always been our kryptonite. The reason I say that is because you think about the last 11 years after when we won the Super Bowl in 2009.
Right.
January always been our nightmare.
Right.
I'm talking, and I ain't even going to break it down to you. Y'all already know from 2010 to now. We already know. I get it. But I'm not even going to preach about that. The fact of the matter is, I still love this Saints team. I don't care if they win. I don't care if they lose. I don't care if they make it to the next round or get eliminated. I love this freaking team to death. Because, and I love my Who Dat Nation that's in the chat. I love each and every one of y'all, and there's absolutely nothing y'all can do about it.
Right. Yeah.
And thank you, TJ. Thank you, TJ, for bringing the energy and the positivity to this podcast and addressing what you need to address to feed us, because you're nothing but a blessing to us, man, especially to me, because look at you. I mean, you're an awesome father, an awesome husband. You got an awesome son in Pat. Dude, I just love you to death. And shouts out to Mama Jones, wherever she at.
Yeah,
and shout out to your family, man, because
I think I seen that, man. My mom in the chat somewhere. Shouts out to my mom. She tuning in.
Well, yeah, shouts out to you, Mama Jones. If you're out there, I'm addressing this to your son because your son is awesome. I love him like a brother. I'm glad that he's able to have the ability to do everything that he can to take care of us. I'm thankful. We're blessed to have him.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, Jerry, for chiming in, man.
I want to address this. I want to address this to Drew Brees and to his family. This is coming from the OG. This is coming from me from Gulfport, Mississippi. This is coming from me. Drew Brees, if you're out there listening, this is coming from Jerry G. Poor Jr. from Gulfport, Mississippi. Thank you for everything you've done to this Saints team and to this community. Because I think back in 2005, when by that time it was the San Diego Chargers that let you go. And Miami was on the verge of getting you. But the Saints beat you to it. We got a new quarterback in you. Things start to turn around for the New Orleans Saints. Right. You did help us win the Super Bowl. I always cherish that for the rest of my life. I even got pictures of it on the wall, even a poster of you throwing the football to these different receivers. Right. And shouts out to your family, to Brittany and to your sons and your whole family, man. I appreciate everything you did. You already did all you can to make this team where it needed to be. Right. You broke records. You reached milestones. You always, even if you have a good game, you always smile. Even if you have a bad game, you always show energy. Right. I appreciate every single thing, and happy late birthday to you also on 42 years old. Happy birthday from Friday. God bless you, brother. But I just wanted to say this. And before I go a little further, I want to pick up where Aaron just said. It's not CBS that he's going to be working with. It's NBC that he's going to be working with. Right. I just want to clear that for him. So I'll mention to him on this podcast once again. But it's actually NBC, not CBS. Right. So Drew Brees, thank you for everything you've done once again for this entire Gulf Coast. Yeah. And if you're thinking about coming back, my answer to this question, just stay retired. Just retire, bruh. Right. You've done enough. Yeah. Move forward, spend time with your family, get ready to break down some analysis on NBC or whatever you're doing out there. But for right now, bruh, please for my sake, if you're listening out there, please retire. You've done enough. We're moving forward. Let's just end it right there. It was your last game on Sunday night. Just focus on the future, bruh.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. God bless you, brother.
Yeah, we all appreciate him, Jerry, and we appreciate your kind words, man. Thank you so much. Call back anytime, man.
Always, TJ, and who that?
Who that? Hey, shouts out to Jerry, man. Very heartfelt statement right there. Shouts out to Derek for the 999. Says much respect to you, TJ. Thank you so much, man. Much respect to you too. Buccaneer fan really trolling here. Said Drew not even top 10. Boy, Tampa, boy, them boys these boys are really feeling undefeated right now. Look, man, just because y'all got a rent-a-center quarterback for 1 year, please somebody tell me. Please tell me about a top 10 quarterback. Y'all want to know it, man, come on, bro. Please tell me about the great quarterbacking of Josh Freeman. Can you please tell me about the great quarterback play of Ryan Fitzpatrick? Can you please tell me the great quarterback play of Mike Glennon? Can you please tell me the great quarterback play of Ryan Griffin? Can you please tell me even the great quarterback play of Jameis Winston? Can you please tell me that? And you know what all that got in common? Drew Brees has been under center for the New Orleans Saints, and y'all still yet to find a quarterback. And like I said, I don't even count Tom Brady as your quarterback. You know what I'm saying? How pathetic is your franchise that you all have to lean on a guy who did most of his work in another team uniform? Do y'all think that just makes y'all legitimate? Because what is he going to bring his 6 Super Bowl championships? We going to take the Patriot logo and put Tampa logo on there? Man, knock it off, bro. Once Rent-A-Center, once Aaron's call y'all and they ask for that invoice, they ask for that payment back, y'all eventually going to go back to obscurity. So like I said, enjoy it while you can. Enjoy it. Enjoy Rent-A-Center. Enjoy that couch. Enjoy that big screen TV that you just got from Rent-A-Center and Aaron's, because eventually the money is going to run out and you're going to hear knock on the door and they're going to come and retrieve the television, the furniture of the television set. Like I said, the clock is ticking, bro. But let's not, you know what I'm saying? Let's not act like y'all great quarterback evaluators. Like y'all done had some straight riff-raff trash in that organization. Y'all finally, then the sad thing about it is they act like Tampa is acting like Tom Brady want, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all called Tom Brady and Tom Brady was like, Tampa? I'm coming. Like this dude called y'all. This man called y'all on the phone. This man did not want to play in cold weather. He wanted to have a little oceanside, you know what I'm saying, beach little house out there in Tampa. He didn't want to play in cold weather, you know what I'm saying, like 6 months out of the year. So he called up Tampa and said, look, I want to play for your organization. And y'all just moved heaven and earth and y'all got all these different pieces around here. Ain't nobody checking for no Tampa, man. This man called y'all, which shows you how pathetic a franchise that y'all really are. Y'all pathetic. But like I said, Rent-A-Center is going to knock on the door and they're going to come and get that TV and that couch back. Stay tuned. That's all I got to say. Because Rob Gronkowski, most likely it's probably going to be it for him. Cameron Brate, next. You know what I'm saying? What y'all going to do with Leonard Fournette? Eventually, all these stars that y'all have, eventually y'all going to have to pay them. And like I said, I don't really trust y'all front office. So y'all go back to being the whipping boys that y'all once were. Once y'all don't have a quarterback and nobody to develop a quarterback, because we know Byron Leftwich, he ain't developing nothing. They just took New England's offensive play scheme and they said, Tom, look here, man, you do whatever you want to do. That's what happened. Okay, so Rent-A-Center is going to come and try to receive their payment really, really soon. Charles, what's going on, man?
What's going on, TJ? What's going on?
Yeah, man, not much, man. What you got for me?
I was 10 years old when it came from the Super Bowl. I was 10 years old, man, and I looked at the city, bro. As a 10-year, look at the city, bro. I ain't never seen New Orleans just so hyped for a Super Bowl, man. It's like all the crime down there in our city, bro. We came together for that one night, bro. Police officers, firefighters, everybody, bro. The whole city, no matter where you from. 9th Ward, 3rd Ward, 17th, all that, bro, came together. It was just crazy, man, just seeing that for that one night, man. I was just like, wow, man, this is crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Respect to Drew, Shockey, Reggie Bush, all them boys who was in the 2009 Super Bowl. Morstead, Malcolm Jenkins, I just got to say this, this is end of the Saints era right here. Drew Brees, wishing well for retirement. Saints didn't play their best as physicality goes, but we did what we could do. Going forward, I got to say this, though. I feel like it's time that we got to make a big trade. Possibly even play Michael Thomas, you know what I'm saying? Hard it is to say because we need draft picks. We ain't got no cap space. We need draft picks, you know what I'm saying, going forward. So one of them got to go. Whether it be Thomas or one of our star tackles like Ramcheks or Adam, or one of them has to get traded. Unfortunately, going forward for us. So with that being said, I just hope that we're able to just do what we need to do to stay in contention for this division. Because going forward, I see, honestly, the Panthers being the best team to contend with us. Going forward, because Falcons, they ain't doing nothing with their team. Bucks, Tom Brady, that 1 year gonna be one hit wonder year. This the only year they gonna have success, to be honest. So just us and the Panthers going forward. And I say this again, Drew, he did his best. I'm proud of him able to go so far and take us to the playoffs again with them ribs injuries and that punctured lung. Now I'm saying to be 42 years old doing that is pretty good to me. Also want to say this, Michael Thomas, keep your head up, man. Because I know the joke you had was getting at you, but keep your head up, bro. You still the best receiver in the NFL to me when it comes down to it. Kamara, keep doing your thing, bro. And for every that needs to know that, man, just know this ain't over for us yet. We got a long road ahead of us, but we're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
All of us,
it would definitely be okay, man. And I know they got people out here that been waiting on this day. Like, oh man, Drew Brees gone. Like, nah, bro. Like, did y'all not see the New Orleans Saints go 8-1 when Drew Brees out of the lineup? So for all those people that just think that the New Orleans Saints gonna be DOA from this day forward, you might want to think again and go look at the stats. But Charles, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it, man. Call back anytime.
No problem,
yeah,
have a good day.
You too. Yeah, man. The Saints are 8-1 without Drew Brees as a starting quarterback. Okay, Teddy Bridgewater, right? You know what I'm saying? Teddy Bridgewater went out there, won 5 straight games. Taysom Hill won 3, and they only lost 1. So this is a good football team, well coached. So. Josh says 1 Super Bowl just like us, bruh. Stop it. Yeah, I mean, you can't argue with that. The Saints definitely, like, you're not going to hear me disagree with the fact that the Saints underachieved. Like, the Saints, to me, they got to go down in history as the biggest underachievers in NFL history. Like, seriously, like, we don't want to say it, we don't want to admit it, but it is what it is. Okay, look, we got to call it for what it is. 2017 was the best draft class in NFL history. All those guys are all pro bowlers, you know what I'm saying, in some capacity. And you have absolutely nothing to show for it. You got 49 games that you won in the last 4 years, most than any other team in the NFL. You won 4 straight NFC South championships and have not reached the Super Bowl. That's underachieving, folks. You know what I'm saying? That's underachieving. So, we basically squandered the years of Drew Brees by not getting the job done. Ghostface, thank you very much for $5. Says rather have 1 ring than 6 fake ones. Well, Tom Brady didn't win those 6 rings, but he didn't win them with Tampa. And I've seen this story before, Tampa. I've seen it with Joe Montana with the Kansas City Chiefs going to the AFC Championship. I've seen it with Brett Favre going to the NFC Championship with the Minnesota Vikings and losing. I've seen this movie before, and I already know how it's going to end. I'm going to move on to Sanchez. Sanchez, what's going on, man?
What's going on, TJ? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
How you doing, man? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing all right, man. It's a good day to be alive, man. That's all I gotta say. What you got for me?
Just a few things. My takeaway from last night's game, miscommunication and momentum. Momentum is a real thing, people. And I want to say the drive coming out the half where we had the ball and the Jared Cook fumble, you could just see after that play, like the bench, the sideline, the coaches, everybody kind of scrambling because momentum is a real thing. You seen Tampa pretty much getting in their bag, getting ready to get hyped.
Right.
And then another play, and it worked hand in hand because we pretty much got the momentum on our side after that Jameis Winston play. Mm-hmm. You seen Tom Brady, you seen the defense in the box. They were like, damn, what just happened? You know what I'm saying? Now we got to try to cook up something new. And then, man, just miscommunication. Like you said, I think we shot ourselves in the foot. And honestly, something that you brought up came to fruition. And that's the fact that our DBs, we will play tight coverage, but when we get our hands on the ball, we got to come down with it, man. We have to come down with it.
Yeah, those opportunities were huge, man. I mean, Lattimore had an opportunity for a pick six. You know, like you jump in front of that route. I mean, that's the difference between week one and this divisional game. You know, Janoris Jenkins came up with the pick six. Lattimore, you know, he knocked the ball down, but man, you got to come up with the interception. Like, that's one thing I will say about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. Like, these tip passes, ball in the air, like they were intercepting these passes, man, and they came up with the football. And you know, those were huge. Those was huge opportunities that were squandered.
And we got to think about it, man. We got to put into context that we don't know what the defense was doing when our offense had the ball. You know, our defense, you know, they getting water, getting Gatorade, getting their air, making sure they breathing fine, making sure they knees still ain't cramping up, stuff like that. And next thing you know, they look to the side and, damn, we got to go right back out there. You know what I'm saying? And now we only 30, 40 yards from the end zone. So it really put us in some bad spots. It's easy to blame Jared Cook. It's easy to blame Drew Brees, but I got a lot of mixed emotions, TJ. I'm fearful of the future. I'm sad that 4 years straight we didn't get the job done and our window is closed.
Choke artists, man. Like, that's what we are right now. Look, it's fake, man. I'm sorry. Like, we choke artists. You know what I'm saying? Until they prove otherwise, we're choke artists. Like, look, I'm defending the Saints, Sanchez, because I'm a Saints fan. But a lot of what these other fans are saying, you can't knock them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have 4 opportunities, go to the championship, go to Super Bowl, really good teams, and you squander it away, bro. I mean, you got to call a spade, man. They choke artists. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I caught you modern day Buccaneers, modern day Buffalo Bills take over.
Yeah, man, that's pretty funny. Modern day Buffalo Bills. That's exactly right.
Pretty funny. I don't want to hold you. I don't want to hold you too much longer, TJ. If I could just piggyback off Josh and a couple of other callers. I've been a fan from 06, man. And I know us 06 fans, Who That Nation, I know we got a stench on us, but I want to assure y'all I am not one of them 06 fans, the typical 06 fan who just flip-flop week to week. When I first came into watching football, Vic was the hottest thing. So what was that, 04, 05? You know what I'm saying? My boys on the top.
Sanchez, hold that point, man. Look, I want everybody to understand this. If you became a Saints fan back in 2006, I ain't got no problem with that. I don't. You know, how many Patriot fans out there that became Patriot fans back in 2001 and been a Patriot fan ever since? Like, let's not pretend like winning don't attract people to your franchise. Look at the Golden State Warriors if we can switch into basketball. Did you see people cheering for the Golden State Warriors when Monte Ellis was there? Or go back a little further when Chris Mullin, Tim Hardaway, Latrell Sprewell was there? No. It wasn't just Steph Curry and like them light-skinned boys came. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. You know what I'm saying? Like winning attracts a crowd. Like, so anybody that's been a fan since 2006, I can't knock you. I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have a love affair. Like, you got to love the Saints hard if you were a Saints fan before Hurricane Katrina. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Like I said, I really started trying to watch football and getting to know the game when Vic was the hot thing. And me personally, I didn't want to jump on the hottest bandwagon. We all know what the hottest bandwagon was: the Cowboys, the 49ers, the Steelers, pretty much those franchises. We all know those franchises. I didn't want to jump on those bandwagons. So one day I just happened to discover the black and gold. And at the time, wasn't the team? No, because they were still trying to get themselves together, figure out what was all going to happen, what was the future looking like. This was during the midst of, in the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. The thing that attracted me was really the fan base that was still there, other New Orleans Saints, the passion of the New Orleans Saints. And the tandem of Sean Payton and Drew Brees at the top, leading in charge. When I seen it, and it just like a chemistry project, everything just mixed well, and it came out to me beating the Sunshine. So I just want to give Drew Brees his flowers. Man, you got nothing left to prove. You are first and second in every passing record. They said it last night, if a quarterback would have won a Super Bowl early and broke all records, they probably would have been stepped away. But Drew Brees, as tough as he is, as hard as he is, as smart as he is, as competitive as he is, he continuously gave us 100% of everything that he had every game, every Sunday, every Monday, every Thursday. And Drew Brees, to the Who Dat Nation, hey man, I love y'all. We're going to be back. We'll be back. We will be back.
I appreciate that, Sanchez, man. Nice to say it, brother. You can call back anytime.
I appreciate you for having me. Who Dat?
Shouts out to Sanchez. Shouts out to Go Crazy as well for the $20 donation. Says, we should have saw this loss coming. Our crappy offense at the beginning of the season was a foreshadow of what we saw last night. The years of dink and dunk offenses is over. We need a mobile quarterback who can push the ball down the field. That come for Go Crazy. Thank you very much for the $20. Look, I can't argue with it, man. Like, I'm serious. Like, anybody that just think that, oh, man, you know, like, oh, man, it's because of this, it's because of that, man. Sometimes you got to look at yourself and just come to the conclusion, like, it's you. You know, like, if you have, like, several relationships, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, and this one don't work out, and that one don't work out, and this one don't work out. And you can't just sit around and just be like, oh, it's her fault, or it's his fault. It's his fault that ain't happened. Like, sometimes you got to look in the mirror and say, damn, maybe it's me. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I'm the problem. You know, the New Orleans Saints, man, you got to call it for what it is, man. Like, bro, this is tough for me to say. Like, I've been a Saints fan since I was 4. Like, I'm serious, man, sitting on my grandmother's living room floor watching the New Orleans Saints. That is my, like, longest memory. You know what I'm saying? Something that that always, like, stuck with me. Like, I honestly, man, I can tell you the ugly couch that my grandmother used to sit on in her living room, watching and listening to the Saints game. Depends on if they had enough fans in the crowd. Most of the time, they were blacked out. It's tough for me to say that, man, but, bro, they are choke artists personified, man. Like, you got to call it for what it is, man. This is a dark day, but it's real. You had 4 opportunities to make it all the way, and you did not. Rather you want to talk about scheme, rather you want to talk about quarterback play, rather you want to talk about offensive defense, it is what it is. I mean, it's not that they can't change the situation. They can, and I'm going to be right here next year rooting for them and have optimism in my heart and in my mind, but right now, man, it is what it is, man. This is they will go down in history as the biggest underachieving football team in the last 4 years than any other team in NFL history. That's a fact, folks. We got to live with it. Grin and bear it. You know what I'm saying? Still rep for the team, still go back and forth, but it is what it is. Tragic. What's going on, man?
What's up, TJ?
Yeah, man. What's going on, man? What you got for me?
I feel that this, like you said, this loss has been in the works for like the last 3 years. Mm-hmm. You know, Drew Brees gave us everything he had. He gave us everything he had, but sometimes the rooster can't roost no more.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
You know, and quiet as is kept. The game against the Rams, going when we was supposed to run the ball, people don't forget that Drew Brees audible to that pass because he saw a certain coverage and he just didn't get the ball to Michael Thomas. That would have been a touchdown if he would have got the ball left. But it actually was a run play and Drew Brees audible to that pass play. Mm-hmm. So, you know, his time has come and Drew Brees did great things for our city. He did great things for the team. And I've been a fan since Day of the Snake. I remember we had the lone snake with Ken Stabler was quarterback.
Right.
I was in the Saints' first playoff game when they lost to the Minnesota Vikings 44-10. I was in the dome.
Wow.
But Brees, I believe Winston will be the quarterback next year. I don't believe we have to go out and get another quarterback. I think Winston is a future franchise quarterback. We got to remember when we first got Brees did go to the Pro Bowl his last season in San Diego, but Brees was kind of up and down. He was fairly inconsistent in San Diego. That's what made him draft Phillip Rivers.
Right.
And I feel this 1 year with Winston learning behind Brees, learning how to be a professional, learning how to prepare, having a full season of the off-season quarterback coaching, quarterback camp, getting the ins and outs of the offense. I believe Winston will be a top 10 quarterback next year. I believe by year 2 and 3, Winston will be an MVP candidate quarterback that will be contended for years on with the Patrick Mahomes and the other young guns out of there. Brees did great things. You know, we get into this point you get to a point in each player's career. Brees was a surgeon. He was a surgeon with a scalpel, and he was able to like cut the person and he was able to hit the little jugular vein with his scalpel at times.
Right.
But now we get Winston. I don't expect Winston to have the high 70%, over 70% completion rating. He's probably going to be somewhere between 65, 60, 68. But we're going to see more bigger plays. We're going to see bigger plays. We're going to see more easier touchdowns. He probably averaged about 1.5 big touchdowns a game. He's probably being a double digit in himself, but not outrageous he was in Tampa Bay. He'd probably be somewhere about 10 or 12.
Right.
But we probably have about 38 to 40 touchdowns to go along with that.
Yep.
So I don't believe we have to get a Matthew Stafford. I believe that, like Sean Payton said in his interview, the quarterback is in his building already.
Right.
He just got to get the opportunity. You know, like I said, with this offense, Winston will be like a sportsman now. Like I said, Brees was a surgeon with the scalpel. This Saints offense with Winston will be like a swordsman, now capable of, he's not gonna hit you as much, but when he hits you, he's taking off a limb.
Right.
And we're gonna be able to attack now all three quarters of the field. We're gonna be able to attack the first level, the second level, the third level. We no longer be restricted to the first and second level with Brees, where we have to depend on a tight end outmatching a linebacker for our big play that he had to throw with anticipation. We can now draft wide receivers. We can now draft fast wide receivers, speed receivers, and not depend on a receiver that has to run pinpoint routes. Right. Now we get pure speed receivers that can go out there and Sean Payton can utilize the full potential of the Saints playbook.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. You know, you're making some interesting points, Tragic. What I look at it, you know, the way I look at it with Jameis Winston is, you know, I see Buccaneers fans, you know, they chiming in. Man, shouts out to y'all, man. Shouts out to everybody that's fans of rival teams in the NFC South. Thank y'all for being here. Even I see a Chiefs fan in here right now. But this is the difference I want people to understand. Jameis Winston came to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as the first overall pick. I want to say, 2015, if I'm not mistaken. They had no running game, right?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like Dirk Cutter, God bless him, but average offensive coordinator at best. You have all that pressure to be the man, to be the franchise quarterback, and he was the is-all be-all of that team. They had nothing that can help him. No running game. You had weapons and stuff like that, and they expected him to launch the ball down the field. And Jameis Winston always had issues with turning the ball over, even going back to Florida State. The difference between Sean Payton and Bruce Arians is Bruce Arians had a system, and he believed in that system. He had a system that he wanted Jameis Winston to run, and it may not have been the best option for Jameis Winston. He wants him to launch the ball down the field, big plays and stuff like that, but that may not be Jameis Winston's style. And even when Tom Brady came into the system, when it was running a Bruce Arians dominated system, he was turning the ball over. It wasn't until they implemented some of the things that Tom actually did in New England did things start to change for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is a New England Patriot type offense that they're running. It is a very comfortable offense that Tom is running. What Sean Payton is going to do, which he does with every skill position that he has guys inside of this system. He looks at what those guys do well, and he plugs them in place, and he calls plays for them, utilizing their strengths. Sean Payton is not going to allow Jameis Winston to do anything that he doesn't feel comfortable with doing. So that is going to help him cut down the interceptions, and it's going to help him improve as a quarterback. That is something that a lot of the coordinators and the coaches of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that's what they lacked. They came into there like, okay, I'm the new coach. I'm running the show. This is my system. We're running my system, and my system is going to work. Sean Payton, on the other hand, he sits guys down and say, hey, look here, okay? I watch your play. Let's just use Taysom Hill. I watch you at BYU. You know what I'm saying? I see some of the plays that you're doing, and you know what I'm saying? Tell me the plays that you're comfortable with. And you know what I'm saying? Then he starts to try to scheme around some of the things they're comfortable with first. And then once they get acclimated with that, he's like, okay, well, you know what I'm saying? Let me show you this right here. You know what I'm saying? Now that we got this. And he slowly starts to develop them. I guarantee you're going to see a different Jameis Winston in the Saints uniform than you did the Bucs, because the Bucs expected him to be so much. With the Saints going to give him a running game. The Saints going to give him a solid defense. And the Saints are going to give him some receivers, you know what I'm saying, that can pass catch. But Tragic, man, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the call.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt. And remember that the players themselves, they knew the players when Hill got his opportunity. Half of those players wanted Winston to be the starter, so they know the talent is there.
Right. Exactly. They know.
So good luck, TJ. I'm out.
All right, man. Appreciate it, Tragic, man. Take it easy. Yeah, man. They know the type of talent that he is, man. So yeah, I think that Jameis Winston can improve his career. Now, I must say, as a Saints fan, man, we got to be patient with this guy too, man, because I can't expect for this guy to go out here and be Drew Brees reincarnated. And we also have to take into account that before Drew Brees, towards the last 3 to 4 years of his career, Drew Brees was throwing double-digit interceptions too now. You know what I'm saying? Drew Brees was throwing about 12, 13, even 14 interceptions in one season. You know what I'm saying? So even though Jameis may start out, might be a little shaky, we got to be as patient as we were with Drew. You know, we got to have that same type of patience with Jameis, man, until you figure it out. Chosen, what's going on, man?
What's going on, TJ Jones, the host?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Real quick, TJ, man. TJ, give me an estimate. How long you think you had this podcast? About 3-4 years?
I started in October of 2018.
Okay. So since then, Tampa Bay been playing since then, right? They've been a franchise, right?
Yeah, they have.
They have, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2020. Tell me why now I think you know where I'm going with this. Tell me why now I'm starting to see representation from their organization. I don't know. Maybe it could be coincidence that Tom Brady finally came, but I mean, you know, I hear a lot of Grease talking, and I understand y'all won and everything, and I know good and goddamn well I don't see no Atlanta Falcons fan talking. I swear.
I see him swear.
And my thing is, out of the NFC South, you know, Bucks go for the Saints, Carolina go for the Saints, Atlanta go for the Saints. They never go against each other. They all gang up together, and they want to try to dethrone the best. But I guess that's what happens. I mean, even Eminem said it in the song, man. You know, I even got unsigned looking at me like it's lunchtime. You even got unsigned. I even got unsigned artists looking at me like it's lunchtime. So you gotta be on top of your game. Everybody want piece of the Saints, bro. I mean, this loss, you know, whatever. I mean, if that you feel like that confirmed that we choke in the postseason, so be it. It is what it is. But I tell you what, I still would pick this team over any other team in the NFC South any day.
Yep.
From the organization, from the coaching staff to the players. I mean, y'all are attention whores. You know what I'm saying? y'all good right now because it's all nice and pretty. But as soon as their well run dry, they're gonna be going on to Buffalo. Maybe they're gonna go to Green Bay. Maybe they're gonna go to Kansas City. You know, shout out to Kansas City. I see them finally talking noise. Y'all ain't been there in 50 years, so now y'all get my homes. Now y'all smelling y'allself, but I digress. It's all good. Everybody got a root for somebody. Now I've been a Saints fan since I want to say 06 because that's the era I was born. I'm about to be 27, so that's when I really started paying attention to football when I was 10 years old. So, but you know, a lot of ups and downs, but not once I jumped ship. You know, I take the good with the bad, the ugly with the ugly. All the brown paper bag jokes, I accept that. All the choking and Drew Brees noodle arm, he can't get over the hump. I take that. You know what I'm saying? I take that, bro, because this my team, you know, but I have zero respect for somebody who jumps on the bandwagon now that it works in their favor. Like, I promise you, TJ, since the podcast, I don't remember seeing none of these faces or these logos or none of these names, only when it's beneficial to them. But I want to say, keep that same energy. They acting like they won the Super Bowl. Like, y'all did not win the Super Bowl. Hell, y'all just made it to the championship game. You still got another hurdle to climb, and ain't nothing guaranteed. And if y'all don't get it done, then I mean, what could you say that? Oh, I beat y'all. We survived one more week than the Saints.
Right.
You know, but like I said, man, it's gonna come a time that cap gonna get low. Y'all gonna have to pay these players, and if y'all don't get it done, then y'all gonna look just as crazy as us. Y'all would sign all these big name people, and y'all didn't get it done. So, I mean, you know, I will hope y'all get it done so y'all can finally have some validation in your organization, because the last time y'all made the playoffs, I was in middle school. So, I mean, and the last time they won a championship, I was 7 years old. So, I mean, you know, so I'm glad they finally got some relevancy, and I'm glad that they have to come to our podcast to be known that they have some relevancy, because it took the Saints for them to even be recognized as an organization. I still feel like the Atlanta Falcons is the NFL's practice squad team that everybody beat up on. You know, that everybody just beat up on. So I'm not even worried about what a Falcons fan got to say. I mean, we know what it is, and we know we got to clean up. So, but like I said, man, I'm riding with my team. Drew Brees, man, I feel like he should just retire, because at this point, he ain't got nothing to prove, and he's doing more damage to his legacy than he is helping it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you put your pride to the side, man. You get to losing to these quarterbacks, and now, you know, what happened if he would have lost and dropped the ball against Trubisky? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we kind of escaped there, but that's why we got to have these conversations. Like somebody said, it started in the beginning of the year with a foreshadowing. We don't want to talk about these mistakes and problems when we winning, because we say, oh, we win. But what happened in the post?
Boy.
You know,
boy.
But the same, but it came back though, TJ. Remember, TJ? And you said your piece. You said your piece, and you eat in week 4 through week 9. I believe you came back and you apologized for Drew Brees. But the same thing the people rode you about all year, it came back to hurt us in the playoffs. So I feel like there's some apology needed towards your end, because I mean, I understand you see what you see, but That's why we need to have these conversations in the regular season. We don't want to address them because we say, oh, TJ, we got the win. We need to be satisfied. No, we not. Because stuff like this happened in the playoffs. Somebody come back and a more talented team capitalize off your mistakes. Just because the Lions or Travis Herbert and them with the Chargers, just because they didn't catch, you know what I'm saying? They didn't catch what we messed up at. That don't mean a team gonna see that on film and come back and get you. Because in the playoffs, man, it's all about game planning, and the team gonna pick all your weaknesses apart. Like they gonna study you up and down, and that's what happened. They know Drew Brees didn't throw the ball over the top, and nobody played back. You know, everybody they stacked the box and they pinned their ears back and they took a gamble. They took a chance. If y'all beat us, oh well. But they say I like our chances, knowing that Drew Brees ain't gonna throw the top. He's dinking, dunking. His arm ain't what he used to be, which he never did have a big arm, but the little arm he did got, it brought relevancy to the city and the organization. So I'm not mad at him. I mean, it seemed like from the stories he was a long shot anyway. I didn't know that he got kicked out teams and was told he couldn't play in this division, and I never knew that. Yeah. So for him to see what he had now, he's still a Hall of Famer, and he still has accolades and things that you know what I'm saying, that can't be poo-poo to look down on. But as far as Tampa, man, congrats to y'all. I wish y'all the best. Don't think that style of play that y'all did last night with Tom Brady only going over 100-something passing yards, don't think that's going to be enough to get over Green Bay. Mm-hmm. And I'm not even talking about weather. I'm just talking about because Green Bay going to put up points. And you're going to play a quarterback who can get that ball down the field.
Yep.
Don't look for dink and dunking in Lambeau, because that's not gonna happen, Jack. I promise. And they beat Tom Brady once. I mean, Tom Brady didn't beat him once, but remember they didn't have Devontae Adams.
Right.
So now you got the man got his target back. He got his weapon back. So you know y'all got to take account of that. So don't celebrate too soon, because trust me, from a Saints fan, we should know you're never supposed to celebrate too early. Yep. Please don't celebrate too early, but they'll find that out the hard way. I hope they don't. Like I said, I hope they go all the way, just so they can finally get some relevancy. But if not, y'all gonna be right back on the couch with us. I'm gonna give you the remote and tell you what you want to watch. So, you know, that's all I got to say, man. I love the podcast. Keep going, man. It's been a great season with football. Yeah. I know we still gonna get some. Shows in the off season from you. It may not be as much because you know it's the off season, but. You know, man. I'm still looking forward to the podcast. And shout out to your wrestling podcast.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if you're going to go back to the unapologetic or the state of the game.
Yeah, man.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm definitely going back to that, man. I have some announcements, some church announcements that I'm going to launch a little bit later in the show. But, yeah, man, I appreciate it, Chosen, man. Thank you for your commentary, man. I appreciate it. Yeah. Take it easy. Yeah. Man, shouts out to Chosen, man. And shouts out to Ghostface. $5 donation says, Bruce Arians' face so red, he can God set a slate. Real talk, thank you very much for $5. Says, is Bridgewater in Carolina versus him in New Orleans, success-wise, a testament to the greatness of Sean Payton. That is true right there. I think I had another donation here. Tragic 504, thank you very much for $2.99. Says, who that? And also, Josh says, eat the humble pie. I respect you, though, TJ. Look, shouts out to you, Josh. Look, I don't expect anybody that roots for a team that wins to come on here and be like, oh, well, you know, I mean, we won. You know what I'm saying? I expect you to have some type of exuberance, you know, with you or whatever like that. I don't, you know, like I said, man, like, it sucks that the Saints won, but at the end of the day, man, you still have to have a little bit of appreciation for the greatness of Tom Brady. I mean, this guy 43 years old. And still out there, you know what I'm saying, balling out. You know what I'm saying? You can't hate on that. You can hate on the fact that he actually doing it against a rival, but I mean, you got to have an appreciation for greatness, man. So, I mean, I don't hate Tom Brady as much as some other people do. And I think they just, you know, people don't like him because he's a winner, I guess, you know, but that's not good enough for me, man. I have appreciation for him. I have appreciation for both quarterbacks. That is unbelievable what those two guys did. The fact that they're into their 40s and they out there leading football teams. I'll move on to Rob. Rob, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's happening, bro? What's happening, everybody? Who that?
Who that, man? What you got for us, Rob?
Well, I'm hearing a lot of great things. I forgot to call his name. I want to salute his sobriety and wish him nothing but the best, man. Everybody whatever anybody who's listening may be struggling with, I encourage you all to, take it a day at a time. I'm a 2-time cancer survivor, TJ.
Oh, man.
And I when I was going through chemo, that was a very tough thing. But at its toughest moments, I got through it by literally taking the day 5 minutes at a time, man. And I got through it. And you look back, and I'm 10 years in remission. I have 2 young kids. Yeah, man. I mean, everybody's going through something. I just wish everybody the best and the mental fortitude to just push through. Now, regarding our boys, man, this therapy session that we have in there, I appreciate the platform as always, TJ.
No problem, man.
For the fan base, let them folks in Tampa enjoy the moment, man. That's what it's about. They're supposed to enjoy it. It's let folks enjoy it. I'm not gonna poo-poo on people. They did win a game, y'all.
Yeah.
But for us, there's a poet who said that because I love America, I have the right to criticize it. It's the same thing, guys. We love our team. We love our team, right? But we have to have that conversation. It's time for intervention, y'all. It is time. In the early 90s, my big brother was a big Buffalo fan. Right. And although we were being blacked out, I found it fitting to tease him about them losing 4 Super Bowls in a row. And here it is, it's 2020, and he can still tease me about, man, at least we made it to 4 in a row to lose. At least that was at least it was we AFC champs, but we lost. You know what I'm saying? At least we were a good team to pick on Tecmo Bowl. The Saints weren't even on the first one, man. But anyway, what has happened here, I believe, is unfair to the fan base, and is also unfair to the 51 other guys who were trying their best, I feel. I'm going back to the Minnesota Miracle 4 years ago. Y'all remember we were down 17-0?
Yep.
Y'all remember Drew Brees threw 2 intercepts?
Yep.
Do y'all remember going back? Let's just stay in this 4-year thing here, just in the last 4 years. How many seasons went by where Drew Brees made it known he was not going to take a discount? He wanted top dollar, and there was some key person that we loved but had to watch go away because Drew Brees was going to get top dollar. Now, I also want y'all to remember at the same time, we were our receivers were having to slow down for routes. Everything was looking like a punt almost. They're having to slow down and come back and making amazing catches. We ignored it, y'all. We ignored it. Yeah. They having to bring in a quarterback just to throw a deep ball. We ignored that. We giving them top dollar. We making excuses. We have here, I find, our inability to separate ourselves. This goes for Loomis. This goes for everybody. Everybody was just way too comfortable. The writing been on the wall. We essentially, you talk about the wasted wins. It's embarrassing, y'all. It is embarrassing to think about how many wins I swear to God, I didn't do the math yet, but TJ, it feels like Eli Manning got 2 rings with half the wins of Drew Brees.
Yep.
With half the wins.
And then on top of that, Rob, like, you gotta look at it this way, right? The St. Louis Rams moved to Los Angeles. First year they go to the wild card round. I think they end up losing to the Falcons, if I'm not mistaken. Second year, then the NFC Championship game, going to the Super Bowl. I mean, you can call it for what it is. 2018 should have been us, but it is what it is. They went to the Super Bowl. This year, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got a much better defense, and you know what I'm saying? They beat a team that's supposed to be better than them in the Seattle Seahawks.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Let's go a little bit further. The San Francisco 49ers. Terrible year after terrible year. Get John Lynch, get Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan gets Jimmy Garoppolo. They get this defense with Saleh, you know what I'm saying, as defensive coordinator. Yep. Go to the Super Bowl, right?
Yep.
Even with Tampa, sign Tom Brady, right? Go to the, you know what I'm saying, go to the division round, beat us in the NFC Championship, 1 game away from the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
This is the thing that I'm scared of, though, and this is the same thing. People get so comfortable that I just don't see change happening in the front office, where this reminds me of Giannis. You think Giannis wouldn't trade in these 2 previous MVPs for a further run in the playoffs?
Man, yeah.
Look at all that dominance in the regular season. He gets an MVP. What they do, they clamp down on him. It's the same old story. We know how it plays out. The same thing. Look, what's more conceited, y'all, than actually believing you can go into the playoffs with an already depleted product in Drew Brees, but now he's coming off all these ribs and new lungs, and y'all think we're gonna go to the Super Bowl. Bro, that is the epitome of conceited, y'all. It is conceited. It is a monster that we, the fan base, have helped create, because I promise y'all, if Sean Payton had the same career in, say, New York City, when he was getting the same amount of wins, but they were not producing and they were losing now going on 4 years where you have home field sometimes, and you all have literally, it's been Drew, and I know, because I called it when the season first started, I really believe the locker room wasn't even behind this dude this year. The whole locker room. Now, I respect their professionalism to never let it get to the social media that they are behind, because some other teams would say, hey, there's rumors that everybody wants this other guy to start. I never heard that this year, at least, going viral. At least I didn't hear it. But when I just think about us falling in love with the feeling that becoming a winner gave us, it allowed us to excuse the very thing we've been going through. The exact same problem where if I am a cornerback, it's the same thing. Guys, whoever's listening, whoever's watching, if I'm a cornerback, I prefer to go against Drew Brees, because I know the things that man can't do, as opposed to you name the other 5 quarterbacks in the NFC that come to your mind. You got to think about this dude scrambling. You got to think about him throwing it over your head accurately. Him being able to not have to tiptoe and be precise and perfect in this one spot to throw through these tiny windows that his inabilities create. Right. We ignored it. We drafted like we ignored it. We went and got glass dolls like Davenport because we were ignored it. We ignored it. We had Lamar Jackson sitting there, but got Davenport glass China ass. And we are, and it, even if us being comfortable even affected the hires within like the medical staff, I have been crying for the last 5 years on why does our team consistently have major injuries to our stars? And this is both for the teams that Miss Benson owns. This is the Pelicans and the Saints. Major, like, we need to test the water on Airline Highway. We need to do something to figure out what is going on, y'all, because this whole year we just kept moving. We kept patching it up. We kept patching it up and kept moving. But my God, yesterday we had major pieces out, injured. But again, I don't know, TJ. I don't know if, let me ask you this, contractually in the calendar, when is Drew Brees due some more money? Because that's when I think he'll hold up announcing his retirement until. Do you know when that is?
I think it's the start of the season, which is in March or whatever. Like, so
okay, the actual calendar beginning of the new season. Okay.
Now, if he does retire, I mean, that frees up $13 million. So
okay,
that can help him.
It's sad to know that. I feel it's the truth that, like, Drew Brees has been the reason that we have had these such painful losses the last 4 years. I just think that I don't know, man. I just hope that we can continue to appreciate sharing the pain with each other, man. But it's really sad and embarrassing. Really, it's actually more embarrassing than sad to me, because it was there. I really do believe that it did a disservice to all 51 people for us to say, I think Sean Payton is lying to all of us. If you want me to believe Drew Brees was the best option at quarterback for our team yesterday, that's a lie. It's just a straight up lie.
I think if it had a lot to do with Sean Payton feel like he indebted to Drew Brees because of all the. I mean, look, their successes can join. Drew Brees' success is Sean Payton's success. Sean Payton is on his way to the Hall of Fame because Drew Brees is on his way to the Hall of Fame.
They're tethered together. They're tethered.
You can't have one without the other. So I mean, look. As bad as it sounds, there was no way in the world like they were going to sit or bench Drew Brees at all. I mean, Gail Benson wouldn't allow that to happen. The organization won't allow that to happen.
And that's why I look at him sideways, TJ. It's one of those things where the man that you are, the man that people are listening, the adults that are all listening, if you're out with your spouse for dinner and y'all having the kids, and you know that when you stand up from dinner, oh my goodness, I think I've had too much to drink. Aren't you doing a disservice to everybody in the car if you chose, no, I'm still going to drive, even though your wife is sober. I'm still going to drive. Okay, y'all are tethered, right? Your successes is your wife's successes, right? Your little man's successes. Yeah, but at the same time, y'all doing y'all sent that man out there impaired yesterday, completely impaired, and put the 51 other guys out there who dressed yesterday, and the entire fan base. Y'all say, you know what? We gonna trust that his drunk behind gonna get us home.
But that's the thing, look, Louisiana. You from Louisiana, right, Rob?
Born and raised uptown, man. Louisiana Avenue, block off Chapatulas.
Yeah, so I mean, you understand, man. We're a bunch of like traditionalists, like man. We look when we go to the corner store, we look for that dude standing on the outside, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when we at the bus stop, we looking for the dude that's banging on it. You know what I'm saying? That's banging on the trash can. You know what I'm saying? With the pencils. You know what I'm saying? Like we're a bunch of traditionalists. You know what I'm saying? And if something is missing, like we looking for it.
Yeah.
Drew Brees has given us so much like success. To a point where, you know what I'm saying, like I said, we feel like he's beyond reproach.
It's sad.
If you say anything negative to Drew Brees, like I'm dead serious. I said last night, Drew Brees is, you know what I'm saying, the main reason why the Saints lost the football game. Man, you ain't never liked Drew Brees. You always talking about Drew Brees. You ain't never like him.
Drew Brees,
I can talk about Anzalone. I can talk about Anzalone, preach to the quiet. I can talk about Davenport, preach to the quiet. Pete, Michael Thomas, even Alvin Kamara, even look, it's crazy, right? Look how crazy this sounds. The first 2 seasons, Alvin Kamara was outstanding. Last year, he was hurt. People trying to kick and throw this dude up out of town.
Don't pay him. Let him go.
You know what I'm saying? I look at this dude. Michael Thomas gets hurt. Oh man, we need to go ahead and cut him. This dude had 149 receptions last season when he was healthy.
Yes,
it's amazing how we are quick to try to move on from everybody else. We can criticize everybody else, even when they generated and giving us success. But when it comes to Drew Brees, no, bro, you can't talk about him.
It is impossible for people to often disassociate themselves from the feeling a person gave them. And I get it. Get it. But y'all, people loved the Huey P. Long Bridge when it was the only option, y'all. People loved it. People loved it. But at some point, better option came along. Better yet, here's a better one for us. Hey, y'all, we loved the levees too long down there. We needed a replacement. Okay, y'all? And it hurt us in the end. We needed, some people were always talking about it, but how dare you talk about that? You know what that's going to do to that street for so long? We tear that street up to fix them levees, and that's going to reroute traffic. Hey, y'all, it's the same thing. The Green Bay moved on from Favre, y'all. They were okay.
Yep.
Okay? The Colts moved on from Tom Brady. They even had to move on from Luck, who retired during a game. They were in the playoffs this year. We can be okay, y'all. But this tethered reality of, well, I'm just going to watch this dude go out there and lose us another season of Cam Jordan's prime, Alvin Kamara's prime, all these guys who just wasting away because, well, he just made me feel good that one time in 2009. Come on, y'all. The Huey P. Long once got you to the West Bank, but we moved on. We moved on, y'all. We moved on.
I mean, look, it's true. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, Saints fans, man, we do have Stockholm syndrome. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but look, like it's not like we like discrediting what Drew Brees has done.
Not at all.
You think about all the greats. Like, we just played against arguably the greatest quarterback of all time in a completely different uniform.
Yes.
Like, honestly, do you think that the New England Patriots fan base, they ain't even make the playoffs? Do you think they really wanted to see Tom Brady leave that organization?
Hell to no.
Want him to be a lifer? Of course.
Right.
But look,
we got to, and look, I just want us to be more accountable and just kind of take accountability of, like, sometimes the fan base can have an influence. If you deify a person when a person does make mistakes, y'all, it's too late to now try to change it on a person. Like you said, this dude is at God status in the city and the fan base, and I just hope this doesn't turn ugly, because you remember they had to kick Favre off and let Aaron eventually start because Favre kept draining them and holding them back until, well, let me take the first week of training camp off while I think about it. They had to say, kick rocks, bruh. I hope this doesn't end badly. I heard about the NBC contract, but this is 3 seasons too late. I'm going to kick back and enjoy the rest of the therapy session, TJ, man.
I appreciate it, Rob, man.
Thank you. Salute, man. Thank you.
Salute to you, man. Thank you. Yeah, man. Shouts out to Rob, man. Some real good stuff right there. Real good stuff. Read a few comments, then we'll go back. Man, this is the Who Dat intervention. You know what I'm saying? Like, feel free to chime in. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go a little bit longer because we often do, doing like playoff losses. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it is what it is. We we go a little long during playoff losses to let everybody kind of, vent a little bit. So we're going to go on to Derek. Derek, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, TJ, man? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing just fine, man. Thanks for being a part of the State of the Saints podcast, Who Dat intervention. So what you got for
Man, this is my second time calling in to you, man. But I want to say, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate your professionalism. I appreciate your insight. And I just started listening to you this year, man. But it's like you became like my favorite podcast.
Man, I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
And I appreciate your last call last year, because you had I got diagnosed with colon cancer this year. So a lot of my injections this year, I'm sitting up listening to the podcast while I'm getting my injection, listening to you. You know what I'm saying? And you get me through that, man. But the last caller, man, he really said everything that I've been feeling for the last 3 years. I feel like Drew Brees, man, I feel like he really got to a point where he was holding the offense back, man. And I appreciate everything he was doing, man. Everything he did for the city, man. The year we won the Super Bowl, I was in the Feds, man. That was my first year in the Feds. He helped me get through my first year dealing with being in the Feds, man. So I appreciate all that, man. But it got to a point, man, where Drew Brees used to be the quarterback where it wasn't his arm talent, it was his placement, it was his smarts, and that's what got him through, man. But toward these last 3 years, if you look, his placement even got off. When he was throwing to receivers, he wasn't even hitting receivers in stride anymore. Everybody was making circus catches. If you look at Emmanuel Sanders, he flipping and diving, catching balls. He wasn't even getting into a point where they can even run after the catch, man. You know what I'm saying? So this last game, like Tom Brady did not have a good game, man. You know what I'm saying?
He did not. He was
he was a 199-yard, 2 touchdown, man. We don't have them turnovers, man. You know what I'm saying? That's a completely different game, man. And when I see other fan bases in our chats, you really got to have a good podcast for somebody to be miserable enough that they don't even support your team, but they watching you and trolling you, man. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, look, I don't even look at it as trolling, Derek. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate that. Like, I don't know, man. Like, bro, I've been doing radio since 2011, so it's not much I haven't seen or heard. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, I mean, I enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Look, when you have other fan bases come in, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a testament to what we built as a fan base. You know what I'm saying? Because making the State of the Saints podcast successful and you know what I'm saying, with the help of you all, I mean, that's the reason why they're here, man. So I can't get mad at that, man. I can't.
Man, I have zero desire to go on another team podcast, man. I mean, for what? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you really got to be doing something good, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Salute to you, because you got to really have something. You know what I'm saying? For somebody, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not even your team, and you watching it. You know what I'm talking about, like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so shout out.
Hold on, man. I can't hear you right now. Hey,
I had a call came through right fast. Can you hear me?
Okay. No, I can hear you now, man. I hear you now.
Yeah, man. I've been dodging business calls and everything trying to talk to you, man. You know what I'm saying? So man, shout out.
Nah, man, don't pass up on the business now, man. We need big business now. We need
Hey
big
man,
business.
I gotta take care of this Saints business right fast, and I can move on. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel, man. But I'm like, even like you said, man, people feel like if you say something about Drew Brees, oh, you're not a real Saints fan. I'm like, what are you talking about, man? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was a Saints fan before I was a Drew Brees fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Michael Thomas that put up record-breaking numbers for 4 years in a row, and the 1 year he was hurt, you want to kick him out the door.
Oh,
you know
man. Look, I don't know what they were drinking. Maybe they were just coming off, a night of drinking or something like that, man, smoking. But anybody that think Michael Thomas needs to be removed from this team, man, I don't know what to tell you, man. Look.
Listening, man. And I even had somebody. I saw somebody say, "Oh man, we need to draft a second receiver." I said, "Michael Thomas, man, we got plenty of receivers, man.
Right, plenty.
Man, we are not lacking in receivers, man. I feel like we got the best team because we have drafted so good and we found a lot of diamonds in the rough. The team is not going to look the same, but these fans who's hating on Jameis Winston, they need to get it together, man, and wrap their head around, man. That is your future, and that is your best option. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because the man got first round pedigree. Sean Payton said he like everything he's seen at the man. A lot of people need to go and listen to that Huddle and Flow podcast where they did that interview with Sean Payton, man.
Yep.
Sean Payton, that was a great part, man. It gave me a whole new respect and actually a love for Sean Payton because he talked about the team. Too. He talked about social issues. He talked about everything. And the man said the reason he gave Taysom this shot is because he promised Taysom before James got there that if Drew Brees went down again, he would give him a legitimate shot at being the starting quarterback. So the man kept his word, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't ask for no more than that, man. But James, man, that thing look good coming out of James' arm, throwing the Traquan, man. You know what I'm saying? The past couple of years, we was worried about Traquan, thinking Traquan would be a bust. We didn't even worry about Traquan this year. Traquan played it.
Traquan led the team. Traquan led the team in receptions today, and he had 2 touchdowns. Can't get mad at that.
And people talking about we need a speed receiver, man. You got speed receiver, man. Okay, it's Callaway, man. It's to a point, man, where if your threat if there's not a threat going down the field, man, the defense plays different, man, and it holds your receivers back. It got to a point where people were talking about the defense. Maybe the defense was giving up long ball because they don't see them in practice. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
So man, I knew you got other calls, man. I just want to tell you, man, I salute you, man. I appreciate your podcast, man.
Thank you, man.
I appreciate your professionalism. That's why I had to shoot you a little bread, man. When the little guy was talking about what he went through, you know what I'm saying, and beating alcoholism and all that, man. I mean, you got some real callers coming in here, man.
Yeah, man. I'm learning so much about people, man, and man, just bro, thank you so much, Derek, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, and call back anytime, man.
Man, I'm gonna keep watching, man. Who that, dog?
All right, who that? Man, this brother just told me that he watched me while he taking his dialysis, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. Like, oh my goodness, like it's move on, man. Goldface Griller says I like Winston attitude too. Yeah, I think it's I think, man, everybody like Jameis. You know what I'm saying? I think that he a good locker room guy. Like you could tell, like, when they had the little training camp and stuff like that, man, teammates really liked how animated he was and stuff like that. So, Jameis a likable guy, I just think that people like look at Jameis and they, like I said, they look at him and they say that he's not Drew Brees. I don't want to get into the whole race thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to get into that, and I will hope that we in 2021, even though some of the things that we've seen may prove otherwise from time to time, but I will hope that we're past the fact of, oh, this guy's black. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will hope that we're past that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy has talent, and it shouldn't matter, what the color of his skin looks like. And we have to understand, man, like, everybody is different. Everybody can't be Drew Brees. And I hope not. I hope they don't see his color and be like that, but I just hope not. Let's see. We're gonna move on. I'm gonna go to. I think I went to Tragic. Tragic. 504. What's going on? Well, I think Tragic already been on. Saints fan. Tragic. What's going on?
All right, bro.
Guess somebody had a little stage fright right there. Call back. You know what I'm saying? No need to be shy, anything like that. Nobody's gonna hurt you, man. Like, so Tragic, call back. You know, if you still get a chance. You know, look. I know sometimes, you know, people will be on the call and you gotta get a little nervous. There's no need to be nervous, man. No need to be nervous. You don't have to have a video or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to just use your voice, that's fine. Look, we're all family here. You know, there's no such thing as a crazy statement. I mean, say how you feel. This is the Who Dat Intervention here on the State of the Saints podcast. The truth hurts. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, TJ? How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, man? What you got for us?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just again still trying to get over this loss, but I'm just gonna be honest with you, man. I'm not even mad because, as much as it hurts me to say this, within the last 4 years, I got used to this. Like, I got used to us, you know, having a good season, but it's like once January rolls around, it's like, you know, we just can't get over that hump. It's like we have the talent, but we just can't get to what we need to be. And a lot of that, and I know people might be tired of hearing me say this, but I remember back in week 2, it was September 20th, 2020, 4 months ago, when we came out here to Las Vegas, and when we played the Raiders, we lost that game exactly how we lost the game in Minnesota. I mean, the game against Minnesota in the wild card last year. I mean, turnovers, can't get the ball down the field to the receiver, because it's like we have the talent of the wide receivers. We have the talent. I mean, I know we had turnovers yesterday and all this stuff. I mean, you can throw any expectations that you want to throw in there, but at the same time, that Jared Cook turnover was a crucial turnover, but that's not the reason why we lost the game, because we did this in the past where we turned the ball over when Drew was able to get the ball down the field. And then next thing you know, we get the ball back. We score. But that's not the case anymore. Like, Drew Brees, he done a lot for this organization, this city. And, and like I heard you say earlier, Drew Brees was mainly one of the reasons why we was, we really, the Who Dat Nation even grew, and, this guy, he turned this whole thing around. But, it's like, but at the same time, I'm tired of hearing all these excuses from, certain people. It's just like I was reading on your Facebook page earlier, I saw one of your posters, and I'm reading these comments, and I'm like, are these people insane? Like, really? Anybody with two eyes, all you gotta do is use your brain that the Most High gives each and every one of us in your two eyes. When we look at in January, I mean, Drew Brees is the reason why we are not getting over the hump. Honestly, I'm gonna come on out and say this, and I'm not trying to make nobody mad, but right now I don't care, because the truth gotta hurt one way or the damn letter. If Aaron Rodgers was our quarterback yesterday, honestly, the Saints would have blew Tampa Bay ass back to Tampa Bay. I mean, I know a lot of people might not agree with that, and I'm gonna go as far as to say this, and I'm about to piss more people off. If that was us in the Louisiana Mercedes-Benz Superdome playing the Rams on Saturday, we would have lost that game. Even with Aaron Donald not even at full strength, we would have lost that game. You know how physical the Rams defense is, and we can't even get the ball past freaking 20 yards like we used to? Man, they would have been press coverage in us, because they know that we cannot get the ball where it needs down the field. They know. We got the weapons to do it. I mean, yesterday, my offensive players of the game was Traquan Smith and Alvin Kamara. Everybody can say what they want to say about Traquan Smith, but this dude is physical. I mean, he can block, he can catch, and I've seen him make fantastic catches where he take hits and he still hold on to the ball. Like, Michael Thomas, I know he was a non-show yesterday, but anybody on here talking about we need to get rid of Michael Thomas, like, really, shut your doggone mouth. Like, really, you sound crazy as hell. Why the hell will we get rid of Michael Thomas? Yeah, we know he didn't show up. We know he didn't show up yesterday. I'm not denying that. I even had his jersey on when I went to the state line here in Nevada going, playing this lottery stuff because the jackpot is real big.
Right.
But at the same time, anybody with that bull ass talking about get rid of Michael Thomas, this and that. Okay, who the hell you gonna get for him? Let's just be honest. I mean, what other guy you can get for Michael Thomas that can come in and catch 149 balls like he did a year ago? And I'm not trying to bring up nothing. I'm not trying to bring up nothing from last year because we talking about this year. But I'm just saying, like, I was just hearing a lot of foolish talk on the internet talking about, oh, we need to do this, we need to do that. Everybody always trying to criticize other players when they don't show up, but a lot of people act like Drew Brees is the best thing that God ever created. Like, really, dude, are you freaking serious? This dude ain't got it no more. I told y'all, like, in the beginning of the season, when I saw what I saw last year and then going into this year, I told everybody, because you got to look at it throughout the season, all the teams that we was playing, a lot of those teams wasn't even that good, no way. And I told and sometimes our offense was struggling. We were struggling. We couldn't get the ball. I told people, I said, look, check this out. If our offense come out and play like it did against the Chicago Bears, trust me, we're going to lose. Because you got to remember, Tom Brady is not Mitchell Trubisky. You can get away with your little playing around with the Chicago Bears. And no disrespect to Chi-Town, no disrespect to Mitchell Trubisky, but I don't think he's a bad quarterback like everybody say he is. But he ain't no Tom Brady. If you come out there with that BS and not being focused and not, extending drives and extending leads, you're not going to beat Tom Brady. You're not. It's not happening. I mean, the Saints we had opportunities to win the game yesterday, but like I said, when you can't get the ball down the field, when you letting the defense get all on press coverage and your receivers and everything is like going underneath, it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day for you, know.
I agree, man. I mean, look, I can feel your frustration through the headset, man. I really can. And a lot of what you're saying, look, normally, I'm saying I'll go back and forth, but like I said, this is like the form right now, man. Like anything that you're feeling right now, I do feel like, you got to be able to push the ball down the field in the modern day NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, you can't be dinking and dunking. You know what I'm saying? You can't be nickel and diming your way down the field. And, you might be able to win some games like that, but eventually, in the words of the late Malcolm X, the chickens are going to come home to roost.
Yeah.
And, you're going to end up getting beat, plain and simple. And that's what happened on yesterday. But True Hurts, man, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for your time. And call back anytime, brother.
All right. You have a good one, TJ. Who that?
Who that, man? And shouts out to you, man. Thank you, Charmaine, for the $15. She says, I truly enjoy this podcast. Thank you so much. Great job. I feel like at this point, Drew has nothing else to prove. We appreciate everything he did, but it's time to move on. We're wasting these guys' talent. Yeah, I mean, that seems to be the narrative. It seems to be the narrative here on the State of the Saints podcast. Look, I'm gonna let my guy co-host for a little while with me, man. My guy from Lanyap Legends, man. I got my boy Jared, man. Well, Jared, what's going on, man? I'm gonna let you co-host with me for a little while. You're on mute, man.
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
Hey, man, how you doing, man? Hey, so I'm gonna let you co-host with me, man, and I'm gonna bring in Gabriel, man. Gabriel, what's going on, man?
Man, I feel. First of all, I just want to say, man, I'm gonna be a Saint to the day I die.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be Saints to the day I die, man. But look here,
right.
My favorite player cost us the game, man.
Drew Brees.
Yeah, that's my favorite player. That's my favorite player of all time. He cost the game, man. I used to try to cover it up, make excuses. I've been doing it for years, but now it's over for that. It's just facts, man. Drew Brees it's it, man. Because I'm tell you the truth. We made Tampa Bay better than what they looked at. Tampa Bay, we made them better than they looked at, bro. We had the game. We had this game, man. Let me tell you, Drew Brees' interception that Jared Cook fumble lost us this game, man. It killed us. Do you realize if we would have got 3 more points to go along, if we went up 10 before halftime and got the ball back with no turnovers, we would have won this game. We had it.
Man.
We had the game. And every time Drew Brees dropped back, like you said, we couldn't push ball up the field. We couldn't do nothing. They sat on them routes, man. They just sat on the routes and waited for anything underneath. That's easy to stop. That's really. They loaded the box up. Kamara was averaging 1 and 2 yards a carry, man.
Well, look,
they was waiting on him.
Alvin Kamara did average 4 point. I think he averaged 4.6 or 4.9 or something like that. He was running the football.
He tried. Well, he tried. But they was on his ass, man. He did everything he could do. But I can say this. I think I heard you mention it last night. Taysom Hill, we seen just how much how important Taysom Hill is. You right about that, bro. Because let me tell you something. I feel like those 3 points, that's Taysom Hill territory. That red zone, that would have been a touchdown, man.
Yes. Even if you prefer both touchdowns, just one, you would have been up 10-0.
But that's one. Let me tell you something. Taysom Hill would have lined him in quarterback like we see every time, and he would have punched in and ran over like 3 people. Every time. But man, I'm disappointed, man. I don't know. My fiance disappointed. She says, I mean, it's terrible, man.
Hold on, let me ask you a question. Since you a Drew Brees fan, you said for the last 3 to 4 seasons, you knew that Drew Brees wasn't playing up to his caliber, correct?
I knew it, but I wouldn't trade him for another quarterback in the world, though. I ain't care about it.
I'm glad you acknowledge that. Most Drew Brees fans don't acknowledge that. So, TJ, what is the job of a head coach? What are they supposed to do every week?
Talk about game plan, right?
Game plan. What's their job? Put the best players on the field every week, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I remember early in the podcast you said that you really couldn't blame Sean Payton for this loss to a certain degree. I disagree to a certain degree because I've been watching. I'm a Saints season ticket holder. I'll be watching.
Hold on. Let's finish it up with Gabriel real quick, and then we go.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a spot.
Go ahead, Gabriel.
Gabe, man, go ahead, man. Final thoughts, man. What you got?
Man, we should have won that game, man. We should have won. I mean, they're gonna hunt me. It'd be like every year. I feel this all the way to football season start again. I feel it every day. I wake up every day. Well, it's serious. I mean, it don't make no sense, man, because like I heard you preach, I watch your podcast every day, man. I ain't gonna lie. You gave me confidence. My boy mad at you, man. How much confidence you had? Because I believe, listen. Listen to me, bro. I believe, before it was over with, I believed in you.
I appreciate it, man.
Because guess what?
Hey, I'm a fan at the end of the day, man. I'm a fan. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go hard.
By the time TJ Jones got through, I thought we didn't want no way he was gonna lose, because he said, man, this man said the Saints ain't no way they gonna let Drew Brees lose. Guess what? We lost. I don't know how they
Oh,
man.
But Gabriel, man, look, I appreciate the call, man. Look, call back anytime, man. Look, don't get on that ledge, man. Don't jump off that roof. You know what I'm saying? Like, calm down, man. You got your girl. You know what I'm saying? Tell her to hold you tight. You know, y'all get through it together. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the call, brother.
Yeah, man. All right, thank y'all.
Yeah. Oh man, Gabriel, man, shout out to my guy, man. That was hilarious. Nah, man, but look, Jared, before I let you speak, man, the reason I was so confident was because, you know, I didn't expect the Saints to have anybody missing. I expected Deontay Harris to be here. I expected Taysom and Latavius. You know what I'm saying? So at the middle of the week, when I think they could have won this game without Latavius. But Taysom, they could not win this game without. You know what I'm saying? Because he's such a mismatch. You know what I'm saying? He's such a matchup nightmare. and he can help out in the red zone. And I think you get at least one of those touchdowns. At least one. You know what I'm saying? If he was in this game. But go ahead, Jared. Go ahead, man. Floor is yours.
So for one, let me say this and go on the record and say Drew Brees is the greatest Saint ever. He made us relevant. He's the reason him and Sean Payton era has put us on the map.
Right.
I want to give him his flowers while he's still alive. He's a beast, right?
Right.
But last time I was on the podcast, I said that the reason if you can go back and look at it, I believe I said that if we continue to have Drew Brees as our quarterback, we will never win the Super Bowl. We will never advance past the second only NFC Championship because he always hinders our offense from achieving their full potential. We have all this talent. We have all these weapons. But our quarterback cannot run or scramble. He cannot throw the ball deep. And defenses play to that. You saw that in the game yesterday. I've been seeing it all season. I've been seeing it for the last 3-4 years, but people were just blinded by Drew Brees, their dedication to his fandom. But going back to my previous point when I was saying, what is Sean Payton's job? He's as a head coach, right? He's supposed to put the best players, best talent available that he has week on, week out, right? So if you are a head coach, Super Bowl winning head coach, one of the greatest offensive-minded head coaches in our generation, if you see that your starting quarterback cannot throw the ball 20 yards and he cannot scramble in certain situations when he's under pressure, why do you not make the quarterback change? If Nick Saban can make that quarterback change in the middle of a championship, why won't you do it in the playoff game? If you notice that as soon as James Winston came in the ball, he threw that ball deep. The defense wasn't even thinking about throwing the ball deep because they're prepared for nobody to throw the ball deep. Again, if you're the head football coach and you notice this the entire season and previous seasons, why will you keep sticking with it? Why not make a decision to go get you a quarterback that can do what you need to do to win games? We had Jameis Winston. We had opportunity to put him in. They decided not to. They put in Taysom Hill, who did a great, wonderful job of 3-1, but he's not the future. I believe if you put Jameis, in my personal opinion, if you put Jameis Winston in that situation, we would never saw Drew Brees back again. And I think that's the reason Sean Payton didn't do it, because he knew even the reports that players thought James Winston should have been the starting quarterback during the situation because he's doing so well in practice. If you put him in that situation and he balled out, you do not bring Drew Brees back.
Let me say this, Jay. You got to look at it. You know what I'm saying? This is a double-edged sword right here, right? You know what I'm saying? It's a pendulum here, because you got to look at it this way. Will you unleash Jameis Winston in a playoff game with a 1-year contract, and he goes out there and he beats Tampa, right? He beats them. What's going to happen in the offseason? Because, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, I'm kind of nervous at the fact that teams saw that. You know what I'm saying? Like, for him to go out there and throw that ball as good as he did to Traquan Smith. Look, when Teddy Bridgewater was here, Sean Payton didn't expect Teddy Bridgewater to play because Drew Brees has been an Iron Man. He expected Teddy Bridgewater to sit on a bench and wait his turn. And I really expect Sean Payton to be sitting at home and saying, okay, am I going to sacrifice me improving Jameis Winston and the possibility of me losing him because we can't afford him, or I can hide him on a bench, help him develop, and nobody last image they seen of him is him throwing 30 interceptions. I ain't got no problem with that, man. Look, if Jameis Winston is the future of the New Orleans Saints, I got the confidence in the coaching staff and the front office that they can put a team around him to succeed. You already got Alvin Kamara. You already got, you know what I'm saying, like a good, solid offensive line. The offensive line coming back, right? You know what I'm saying? The offensive line coming back. You're going to pay Ramczyk. If you don't, you out your mind. I would pay Ramczyk before I pay Lattimore, okay? Like, that's how I feel about Ryan Ramczyk. So your offensive line is coming back. So he's going to have a running game already. You got Emmanuel Sanders coming back. You got Michael Thomas coming back. Jared Cook can kick rocks. You got Adam Troutman. You know what I'm saying? You got Adam Troutman, who's going to be in year 2. And, you know what I'm saying, on top of that, I'm pretty sure you probably going to get yourself another tight end if Josh Hill don't come back. So you already got an offense surrounding Jameis Winston. And you got your supporting cast. You got your leaders on the defense with Demario Davis, Malcolm Jenkins. So you're gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? So look, let Drew Brees play. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, look, anybody that understands Sean Payton and looked at that interview that he did with Steve Weiss and Jim, Jim Trotter, it will tell you that his word is his bond, and he will go down with the ship. You know what I'm saying? He gave Taysom Hill a promise that he would give him opportunity if Drew get hurt, and he kept that promise. So you know he was gonna roll with Drew to the end of the season, man. And I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Like you cannot sacrifice. Look, you cannot sacrifice the future trying to win one game.
But my argument to that is, it's the NFL. You never know how teams gonna react. Every season is different. Like this is another opportunity we had. Like like you said, you believe the window was closed. I think we have one more year. I'm just pushing it. I think we have one more year, and I think we were wasting all these seasons because we believed in Drew Brees' legacy. And I think if you losing in this game, I mean, why not just go balls to the wall and just risk it all? Put in Jameis Winston. I understand your rationale of not putting Jameis Winston. I understand it completely because I didn't want him to go. I didn't want him to go ball out either, but I just want to win. That's my hope. Like
Bro,
even when I coached my son's football team, I started out with a quarterback. In 2 games in, I noticed I had a girl come in and she was a better player. So mid game, I put her in. Like,
well, we ain't got no contracts here. You know what I'm saying?
I know we
ain't got no 5-year deals and no $100 million contracts on the line, Jay. Like, bro, I ain't got no look. I am not going to sacrifice the future trying to win a football game. I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's just like, okay, look, you can appreciate this. Let's think about Zion Williamson debut, right? Zion Williamson came in versus the Spurs red hot from 3. When he scored like 18 points, you know what I'm saying, in like 4 or 5 minutes of the game. Hot. Had the crowd going crazy. You know what I'm saying? What did Alvin Gentry do? He pulled him out. He's like, hey, man, look, he hot. You know what I'm saying? It's cool and all, but look, we need this young cat for the future. You know what I'm saying? He's not 100%. That's what you need to do. You can't sacrifice your future trying to win one football or one basketball game. And you know what I'm saying? That's the way I feel about it. Look, Jameis Winston can sit on the side. Jameis Winston gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying?
But I think the Saints dropped the ball because I think they should have signed him in the middle of the season for like a short-term deal, maybe 2-3 years in the middle of the season.
Right.
And then we would have covered. We wouldn't have to worry about showing them off and showcase. I think we dropped the ball because I really think people don't realize how good Jameis Winston is. Like, he's really talented. Like, he's a beast.
Right.
It just unfortunately he had that stint with the Buccaneers with all those coaching changes and Jameis Winston never had a team like Tom Brady got. Never.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't even see Jameis Winston leaving because he's in a great situation. Like, he already know he gonna beat out Taysom Hill. He already know the system here. He got a talent. Like, I don't see him leaving. But I think the Saints messed up not signing him in the middle of the season because now he gonna test the market and now he gonna get way more money than I think we can afford. But I think we should sign him in the middle of the season.
So you think Jameis gonna get more money?
I mean, I think somebody's gonna try to sign him and we're gonna have to match. That's what I think.
I don't think so. I don't think.
You don't think nobody gonna try to get him?
Nah.
You don't think so?
Nah.
Okay. All right.
Because you gotta take into account that touchdown, but you also gotta take into account that San Francisco 49ers game when you almost threw that pick. You know what I'm saying? So
You're right. You're right.
Hey man, but look, if you want to stick around for a little while, you can. You know what I'm saying?
I do have one question. I don't know if y'all covered it during the because I came back and left. Did y'all talk about the Deshaun Watson situation, about the trade rumors and all that, us acquiring? Did anybody bring it up?
No, ain't nobody bring it up, man. You know, I think somebody may have asked me that question in an inbox or email, but
so in your opinion, do you think we should because I think we have to give up way too much to even get him.
$100 million contract, man. We already about almost $100 million over the cap.
Yeah, I stay on a little bit, but go ahead.
Okay, man. We're gonna move on to my guy, man, Gary, man. Gary, what's going on, man? Thanks for calling back.
Hey, first of all, how's it going for everyone?
Man, it's going all right, man.
Good.
Man, we just chilling, man, shooting the breeze, man, venting. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah. I mean, I was hit pretty hard watching Drew Brees look back at that stadium.
Mm-hmm.
even though I wasn't a Saints fan as long as you guys have, I've been a fan since 2015 when my dad took me to a game.
Right.
So that kind of hit me hard right there, knowing that was Breeze's last game.
Right.
In the end, I kind of expected this. If the Saints wanted to get to the Super Bowl, they had to beat Brady for the third time. I just wish we didn't play him so early. I mean, that's all I can say. We can't get over the hump. We couldn't make it past the Buccaneers for the third time. We couldn't do what we need to do. And Taysom Hill, you guys are absolutely right. Taysom Hill is a big part because the second we put in Jameis Winston, a different quarterback, the Buccaneers they don't know what to do.
Yep.
We literally line them up at wide receiver, and it's all of a sudden the Bucs have no idea what to do, and all eyes are on Alvin Kamara on that play.
Yep.
And Jameis Winston, he threw a perfect dime, and that was the only spark. That was the only spark in that game. Drew Brees and the Saints, we had one good drive, and then that was it. The rest were interceptions, Jared Cook fumbling. It's just a disappointment. I mean, I just expected better from this team offensively.
Right.
I did like Jameis Winston. I do think Sean Payton's an offensive genius for that. Yep. I wish I get to see him a little more, but I mean, it is what it is because in the end, you had Drew Brees as a starting quarterback, and you expect him to get the job done. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, look, Gary, I understand you're bummed out, man. Gary, how old are you, man?
I'm 16.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, all you really do is success.
Right. He went into the bad years.
Nah, but Gary, man, look, check this out. Look, there are better days ahead. Look, we all appreciate what Drew Brees and his contributions that he did, that he has given to this team. I mean, he's given his heart and his soul. Anybody that can't see that, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
But I just feel like this was just one of those times, man. It was, I don't know if anybody's seen this movie called The Wrestler, but it was about this actor named Mickey Rourke. And there was this final scene where Mickey Rourke, who played this guy named Randy the Ram Robinson, he was dealing with a heart condition. And in the final scene, he was actually booked to wrestle, in a wrestling match, but he shouldn't have wrestled. And he comes out there, and the crowd is just going crazy for him and stuff like that. And he had this finishing move called the Ram Jam, which he comes off the top rope. And he wasn't supposed to wrestle in this match because it could have killed him. And he ended up going to the top rope at the very end to jump off, and then it just goes black. You know what I'm saying? But the point I'm trying to make is that roar of the crowd, that last moment, you know what I'm saying, that just we just feed into, you know what I'm saying? I think he just wanted to feel that one more time. And even though he was limited with the shoulder and the ribs, he wanted to give it one more shot. You know what I'm saying? Even though he wanted to, you know what I'm saying? It's like that Bible verse. You know what I'm saying? Like the you know what I'm saying? What they say, the soul is willing, but the flesh is weak. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to do these things, but you can't. And look, I can't hold Drew Brees accountable for that, man. I mean, he wanted to give his all, man, but he just didn't have it anymore. He wanted to come off that top rope one more time. You know what I'm saying? But it just ended with a crescendo. You know what I'm saying? A terrible, terrible crescendo at that. But look, better days ahead, man. I'm looking forward to the future of the New Orleans Saints, man. And I think Sean Payton is up to the task, man, because just like Bill Belichick, just like Tom Brady, you know what I'm saying? Like, they want to be able to win without the guys that put them on the map. And I feel like Sean Payton is going to be up to the task. So whoever the quarterback is, rather it's Taysom or rather it's Jameis Winston. You know what I'm saying? I think that they're going to be ready, man. No doubt about that. Gary, you got anything else, man, you want to add before you go?
No, I think that's really it.
All right, man. But I appreciate it, man. And thank you so much for calling in. Call back anytime, my friend.
All right, you too.
All right, take it easy. Man, shouts out to Gary, man. We got our young boy, resident young boy on here on the stage. Okay. Yeah, man. But back to your Deshaun Watson question. Look, that wouldn't be a good idea. I'm not a fan of that. I just feel like you can do some things with Jameis Winston. I think look, if you can get the interceptions down to at least about 15, you know what I'm saying? I'll be okay with that. I'll be okay with 15 interceptions. You know what I'm saying? Like people be forgetting, man. Drew Brees was throwing picks. Like he was throwing like 13, 14 picks. I remember one year Drew Brees had about 17, 18 of them. So
I thought one year he threw 20.
Man, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, he wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? I have to look at the stats with that, man. But that don't surprise me at all. I think Chosen wanted to come back. Chosen, what's going on, man?
Yo, what's up, man? Hey, shout out to that last caller, man. 16 years old. He got a bright mind, man. So shout out to him.
Yeah, man. Gary, man. Yeah.
I don't know who it is. Was the one with the dreadlocks who's on the podcast with y'all who say you got him hyped?
Yeah.
Hey, TJ. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I felt that because when I watched that podcast, bro, and you was going hard behind the team, bro. You really was. I was like, well, damn, TJ. Well, hey, I don't care either. We gonna beat them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you was coming out, and we just told them if you scared, go to church.
Yeah.
So you had me in the living room hype. Yeah, telling everybody, man, if you scared, go to church. We gonna beat him. We gonna beat him. You know what I'm saying? And then when I see Tampa tired up at halftime, I'm looking for the nearest goddamn church because I'm scared as hell.
Hey, man. Hey. But I'm serious, man. Like, but I will say this though. Like, look, I'm like, let me see. When I've been calling shots, like. Mm-hmm. I think this may be the first time like I just went all out.
Right.
And it didn't work out.
And as you watching the show, I know that you never done that. So I was like, you know what? If TJ going all out, then hell, I'm diving behind TJ.
Man, that was like honestly, that was like when I see like I'm gonna be real. I know people have their opinions about Taysom. As a quarterback, okay, you got me. But as a Swiss Army knife roll, that guy is he a matchup nightmare.
Right.
He a matchup nightmare, man. Like so when he went out, I was like, oh snap. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, like it was kind of a last minute thing. Cause Sean Payton, he don't like to tell you who out. He like to make everything game time decisions and I ain't gonna lie, when I seen him like in the regular uniform and the announcer, I think Aaron Andrews said it when she was like Taysom out and no Latavius Murray. I said, that damn TJ. He got me all hyped.
Hey, I'm going to go down. Yo, man. Hey, look, if this was the Titanic, you know what I'm saying? I'm playing the violins. You know what I'm saying? We going down with the ship.
We going down. But you know what? Yeah. I like it, though, bro, because like I said before, man, it shows you, man, you ride or you die. You know, like that's what makes it. You know what I'm saying? And we get to laugh about it later. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, bro. But, I mean, you was going hard. I said, you know what? I'm diving behind my boy. They might think he crazy. They going to think I'm crazy, too. And then as soon as halftime, I'm like, damn, TJ, you crazy.
Man, hey, I was, look, you couldn't tell me. You couldn't tell me they weren't going to football game.
Oh, you
man.
was
like,
lit, bro. You was
bro,
lit.
I was charged up. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, I was charged up. You couldn't tell me. Like, serious. I was like, bring him on. Bring him on.
Yeah, man, I just wanted to chime in on that because when he came on and said it, I had to call. I was like, man, because I felt that in my spirit. Like, I'm like, damn, TJ should have been in the pregame huddle. TJ say, ain't no way. They ain't gonna let him go. This is his last season. I'll be damned if Tampa win this game without a look. I said, bro, that is facts. I was watching the podcast screaming, facts. That's facts. I'm riding with my dog. You would have thought the Saints was practicing at my house the way it was lit, bro.
Hey,
but bro,
like, hey, in the words of Bad Boys, right? We ride together.
We die together. But yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Hey man, no problem, Chosen, man. You take it easy, dog.
Yeah, man. Me personally, I didn't think we was gonna win it. I thought we was gonna come back and win.
Me too.
I didn't think we was gonna lose at all. You know what I'm saying? Because the Buccaneers are garbage. Like, I don't know. The Buccaneers are garbage. Like, they got a good offense. That's it. I mean, their defense showed up for once this season and caught interception, but we should have beat them, like, hands down. Like, they're garbage. They about to get blowed out. I think it's going to be, I'm gonna say 40-10. You know what I'm saying? Packers obliterate them. Like,
I honestly think the game gonna be close. I really do. I just feel like the Saints match up like real, you know what I'm saying, really good with them. I can't say really the same thing for Green Bay. I really can't, man. Now I think Green Bay gonna be ready because you know the way they got blew out by them last time. You know what I'm saying? We got to take that into account too. So I don't know, man. I just can't see Green Bay losing the football game, but I think it's gonna be close.
Okay.
Look. I didn't buy into all that Brady stuff at first. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, Brady in the playoff, but I believe in it now. I'm sorry. I believe in Tom Brady in the playoff, bro. Like, look, he made a believer out of me because you couldn't tell me that the Saints weren't going to win this football game, man. So,
right.
Look, but I think Aaron Rodgers they're going to pull it off. But it's going to be an interesting football game, man. It's going to be real interesting. You got anything else, man? Before I let you go?
Nah, man. Thank you for the opportunity to come on the show. Appreciate it. I love following you, love watching you, especially about the Saints. You know, you got a good fan base and you talk logically, unlike some of our faithful Who That Nation fans who they just so passionate, they're just blinded religiously about the Saints. They think no wrong. Yeah, exactly. They blinded like Ray Charles, like you don't understand. But make sure hope you have opportunity to check out my podcast, Lane and Legends Podcast. We talk about business, entrepreneurship, investing in stock and real estate game. We have new episodes come out every Wednesday. We just started a new season. Make sure y'all check out the episode with TJ on there as well. But thank you for the opportunity, man. And Who That Nation is gonna be all right. We're gonna have a better next year. Maybe next year we might win the Super Bowl. You never know. Don't you know what I'm saying? Don't let this bring you down.
Yeah.
Y'all be safe out there.
Yeah, man. You too, man. Take it easy, man. Y'all check out Lane Yap Legends on YouTube. Follow him on Facebook. Jared, appreciate it, man. Call back anytime, bro.
All right, thank y'all. Peace.
Yeah, shouts out to Jared, man. Yeah, man. So I found out I'm a jinx, when I call my shot, right? And I'm also a jinx when I record Saints games. All right. So with that being said, ain't no way that the Green Bay Packers gonna beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Ain't no way. There's no way that the Green Bay Packers beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Too much talent. Way too much talent. Them boys got Leonard Fournette. They got Ronald Jones. AB. They got Grunt. Bruh, Green Bay don't have a chance. I don't care if they are playing at home. Tom Brady about to go out there and light them boys up. Straight up. Like, bruh, I don't even know why Green Bay gonna show up. Like, I'm serious. I don't know why Green Bay even gonna show up in that game. So since I'm a jinx and I'm calling shots, there you go. Nah, I just jinx y'all because ain't no way Green Bay is about to beat the Tampa Bay Bucks. What? Tampa? What? Oh, come on now, bro. Y'all see what they? They say I jinxed them. They say I'm a jinx. Look, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna do Tampa a favor, right? I'm gonna record the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure that I record the game for you. You know what I'm saying? Because I just found out by calling my shot, I'm a jinx, and recording games, I'm a jinx. So I just rubbed that off on you because ain't no way. I'm pressing record, okay? I'm going to DVR the Tampa Bay versus Green Bay game just for all my Buccaneer fans out there because I know some of y'all are probably going to be, in the middle of the game. Y'all can be excited and you might want to go back and watch the victory on the way to the Super Bowl. So I got y'all, okay? I got y'all. Okay, we're going to read a few more. And then we're going to get up out of here. Can you imagine like a troll, somebody trying to clout chase? They're going to crop up that moment right there, and they're going to be like, man, look, man, they're a bandwagon fan right there. They're a bandwagon fan. I can see it. I can see it now. Like, I can see because somebody went back, and it was the Green Bay Packer game, and they had me saying, I think this had to be like around week 3, right? So they had me saying that the Saints were not a good football team, but they completely wiped out the rest of the statement. They made it seem like I'm saying the Saints are not a good football team, but they didn't put my whole explanation on there for me saying it. So I can only imagine a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan going back to this, cropping that up and saying, look at the State of the Saints podcast, man. He up here jumping ship. He jumping ship. Like, nah, bro. Please put it into context. Please, if you're going to put the whole clip on there, if you're going to tell the story, make sure you tell it all right? DeWright, what's going on?
TJ Jones, the host.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, first of all, I don't think there's anything additional I can add based on what everybody else have said. You know, all I'm going to do is just give my little 2 cents.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest with you, TJ, I don't feel bad, man.
Man, me neither.
I don't. I mean, I really don't feel bad considering I knew what we were going into the game with.
Mm-hmm.
I knew what Tampa had to overcome.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that there was an opportunity that we wouldn't execute the way that we should have. And considering the fact, if you remember the beginning of the third quarter, we gave the ball to Alvin Kamara maybe 5 times in that drive. And it was flawless. Then when he got tired, we put Ty in, and Ty continued. We scored on that drive by running the ball.
Mm-hmm.
However, what that does is that takes the accolades from where the accolades should be going, if you're following me.
Right.
Exactly. So with that being said, I knew that we could have ran the ball directly at them because they're too fast going right and left, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew that we could have accomplished if we would have ran the ball and been consistent at, more or less a closed with a fullback in the backfield doing the blocking versus like a read.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as that's when I'm going to leave that. Now on to the future.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be honest with you, man. I'm so excited. I am so excited because now we have now we have an opportunity for Sean Payton to actually open the playbook with no reservations.
Right.
When you think about it like that, he can open up the playbook now and he can attack from the middle of the defense to the back of the defense in every aspect he wants to, which is so exciting because you have the talent to do so.
Right.
All of those big, tall receivers that you have that can go up and get the ball, you have the talent to do so.
Right.
So I'm really I'm super excited. Man, you have no idea how excited I am as a Saints fan to see that we're going to at least acquire or at least get a quarterback that can be mobile enough that if we want to do, a rollout, it's possible.
Right.
Somebody that can extend a play, it's possible. What makes offenses today so dangerous? The ability to extend plays.
Mm-hmm.
To, not just sit in the pocket, but to extend plays.
Yeah.
And everybody that was in the playoffs pretty much this year are play extenders.
Right.
So I'm going to be honest. I'm looking forward to the Green Bay and Kansas City matchup simply for the fact that both of those quarterbacks can extend plays.
Yeah, I know.
They really can extend plays. So that's my opinion. I'm kind of excited about this up and coming year. Is going to be different because the biggest adjustment is going to have to be with us, the fans.
Yeah.
We're going to have to be the biggest adjustments. But on that note, man, look, Happy New Year's to you and your family. Happy New Year's to the Who Dat Nation. Keep your head up because guess what? Sean is not that bad, man. Sean really showed you what he could do if he didn't have the talent. And there's so many times that he did it without Drew Brees. So that's all I have to say, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. That's a great take right there. And I like you, I'm looking forward to the future and seeing what the Saints can cook up, man, to try to continue to be legitimate in the NFL. So thank you so much. Call back anytime, right?
Who that, man? I had to put a face to this person that's in Orlando, Florida that's making all that noise. You heard?
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
For sure.
Yeah, take care. Yeah, that's good stuff right there. I mean, a lot of people are looking forward to the future, man. They're looking forward to the future. Look, it's just being confirmed, man. We're actually going to have from New Orleans football. We're going to have Nick Underhill on the show later on in the week, man. So some of y'all probably know Nick Underhill from New Orleans football, one of the best Saints writers out there right now. So Nick Underhill going to be on the show this week. And also trying to get John DeShazer. So keep it locked, man, to the State of the Saints podcast, man. We're going to try to get a whole line going. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get everybody up there. So the boy Purge 504, man. We're going to go ahead and end it with the Purge, man. What's going on, man?
What's up, TJ, man? I'm like you, bro, right now, man. I'm just trying to figure shit out, but I understand, man. It's just COVID played a big role. There was no OTAs. There was no – this season didn't even fucking count. It's like sending out kids to school digitally. It don't count. Ain't nobody going to do what they're supposed to do, you know what I mean? Ain't anybody going to do what they're supposed to do. So it's like, why? Like, why even let the season continue? It was just like a botched-ass season, basically. You know what I mean? It's like basically giving aspirin when you know that the whole league need a whole new turnaround. But I'm just glad for the next season because, you know what I mean, we need a new quarterback. Drew Brees did his thing. It sucks to see him go out like that. But, I mean, at the same token, I mean, we're just ready for a new breed of athlete, bro. I think that just was the big problem. It was old school football with a new generation that just didn't work for everybody. That's all it was, bro. I mean, Saints did their thing. But at the same token, damn, I mean, because if it was Jameis playing, they would have benched him right then and there, throwing that many interceptions, bro, playing that horribly. Come on, man. I would have let Jameis tear it up. And I'm pretty sure you could have. And they exposed him. They exposed Drew Brees in that whole game. They knew he wasn't going to throw far, so they didn't play deep. They knew he wasn't going to throw that far.
Yeah, no respect. No respect.
Yeah, at all. They was like, nah, he's not going to throw far. And what they do is they always use a Taysom Hill or Jameis Winston to basically throw deep because they know Drew Brees is not going to throw deep because he don't have the arm for it. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I've been a diehard Saints fan for way too fucking long. Still is, and I'm still looking forward to the future. I just want to say, hopefully they pick up Deshaun Watson. Hopefully they could get a little JJ Watt in. You know what I mean? Hopefully they could get the little duo like they did with Brady and fucking Grant. Hopefully they do a little something.
Okay, man. Look, that's too much cursing for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, we gotta keep it PG. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot, I ain't trying to be demonetized. I understand people trying to be 100, but this is a family show, man. So I let one whip rip. You know what I'm saying? I can't let several rip like that. Can't do it, man. Can't do it. You know what I'm saying? My little nephews and my little nieces and so many other young people watch this show. So I can't do that, man. I can't do it. But we can go ahead and wrap it up, man. I mean, dude, let them fly, man. You know what I'm saying? But the Purge, man, no disrespect to you, bro. But look, I can't keep cursing on a show like that, man. I don't tolerate the profanity. I can let a hell or a damn or something like that, but when we using the F words, nah, man, we can't do that. Can't do that. Not only the fumble, but the 3 interceptions come on now. Yeah, man, those 3 interceptions were hurtful. Spotted them 21 points off turnovers. That's the difference in this game. Take away those 21 points, and we win by 12. That's a good point. Shouts out to Real Talk Perez. Thank you very much for the $2. It took him almost February, but you know, they always say, you know, a clock is right twice a day, so it's time for that clock to be right. He probably says Bucks ain't gonna be here next week. I hope so, man. I hope they are here next week. You know, if they lose, they better be here. You know what I'm saying? As much crow they trying to dish out. You know, you can't dish it if you can't take it. Okay. And Casey says, I like what I saw from Winston last night. Gives me hope. Yeah, it does, man. I'm going to go ahead and let Gabriel give his final thoughts, then we're going to get up out of here. Gabriel, what you got for me?
Oh, man, I just wanted to I hope you don't feel no kind of one outside was mad. I was just fucking with you. I was just messing with you. I was just messing with you.
Man, with this language, man. Come on, man.
My bad. I was just messing with you. But, yeah, man, you had my confidence you have my confidence up. I believe, I believe in it. But I ain't mad at you or nothing,
He left up to me and you. We both had him on lunch last night.
Look, I completely understand, Gabriel. I ain't take it personal or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I understand your frustration. I really do. I really understand your frustration. You know what I'm saying? But, I was confident that it was going to win this game. But that was before, I seen like all this stuff transpire. You know what I'm saying? With the Taysom Hill being out. Like I said, I look, when Taysom went out, I felt like that was a huge deal, more so than Latavius. And, I just felt like the New Orleans Saints had what it takes, but I didn't expect for the Saints to wet the bed like that.
We definitely did, man. And let me tell you what's crazy. I'm just going to think back in the blowout we gave Tampa Bay, and they're going to be the team that win the Super Bowl, that thing. I honestly believe that. Tampa Bay going to win the Super Bowl. And we handled Tampa Bay. So it's crazy, man. It's just crazy because, I'm the type of Saints fan, man, that got to hold tears back after the loss. I'm diehard. Like I tell you, I ain't trying to doubt nobody else how hard they is with the Saints, but I've been watching the Saints suffer since. I don't go back with the brown paper bag, but I've been watching since Billy Joe Herbert. I think you remember him. We were on the same age, I think. And Aaron Brooks throw an interception and start laughing and stuff. I had to deal with all that. I go way back. And let me bring this play up to you. Do you remember the Saints did a flea flicker all the way down the field and they missed the field? John Corner missed the field goal. You remember that? That was crazy, man. I just seen some crazy stuff happen with the Saints. We did the little, pitch back stuff all the way down the field, and this man got down here and missed the extra point. I done seen all kind of stuff, man. But
and I understand that. You know what I'm saying? I've seen some very heartbreaking losses as a Saints fan too, man. But I appreciate your passion, man. I appreciate your comments and stuff like that. And like I said, man, you can call back anytime, Gabriel, man. You take it easy.
All right, man. You be safe, man. You and your family have a blessed day.
All right, you too, man. Take it easy. Yeah, man. I ain't nothing personal. Like, I understand everybody frustrated, man. Emotions are on an all-time high. I ain't got no problem with that at all. Like people being upset. I have no issue with that. The only issue I have is people calling in, using strong profanity, man. I can't roll like that. This is a family show. You know what I'm saying? I take that very serious, man. I want to show that everybody can sit here and watch, not just people around my age group. You know what I'm saying? I like the fact that my nephews and my niece, look forward to hearing this show, because they know they're going to get good content from their uncle. So, and I will hope if you're watching it with your kids, you ride in the car, you'll be able to have them on here as well. So, but my final thoughts, man, is very simple. The New Orleans Saints didn't get the job done. They didn't get the job done on yesterday. As a fan, yeah, it hurts, but it doesn't hurt like years past. I see people talking about conspiracy theories. Nah. You can make an argument to say that the referees tried to do everything to try to make the Saints win this game. The Saints got most of the penalties in this game. You know what I'm saying? I was actually shocked how in favor of the New Orleans Saints the referees were. So I don't think that's an issue. You know what I'm saying? So if we're going to use the whole NFL is rigged thing, you can't use the referees this time. You know what I'm saying? You can't. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers did enough to win this football game. You know what I'm saying? They got those points off turnovers. They capitalized off the mistakes of the New Orleans Saints, and now they're moving on, and the Saints are moving on, from Drew Brees most likely. So looking forward to what the future holds for the team, man. And win, lose, or draw, we're going to be right here on the State of the Saints podcast giving it to you. Before I go, I just want to remind everybody to check out the TJ Knows Wrestling Podcast. If you're a wrestling fan out there, you're a fan of professional wrestling, I do a podcast that focuses on one professional wrestler each week, but we're probably going to dive in a little bit further. I'm probably going to be doing more content with that, talking about what's going on in wrestling today, but I am going to be profiling some of the best wrestlers of all time. And also, man, we're going to transition to the State of the Game podcast. We're going to be kicking that off this weekend as we focus on the AFC and NFC championship game. So if you have not already, please subscribe to the State of the Game podcast that's available on YouTube, youtube.com, search The State of the Game, and also facebook.com, search The State of the Game. TJ Knows Wrestling, that's also available on YouTube as well. So if you're a wrestling fan, please subscribe to that channel. Thank you all so much for checking out the State of the Saints podcast. If this is your first time, please subscribe to this channel. As you can see, I have plenty of channels to go around, and we got plenty of content here. And thank you all so much. Previous episodes available on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor FM. Check out Facebook.com, search The State of the Saints podcast, and follow me on Twitter at State of Saints. Have a good day. Hope everybody enjoyed the show. And like always, all I got to say is, who dat?